Window tinting. Erica, there's a place that does window tinting. Okay, where is I-65 South? Come here, little I-65. Come here, I-65. Come here. It's a good little I-65. Where are you? Where are you, little I-65? Come here. Come here, kitty.
Kitty?
Here, kitty.
Take the Tennessee 386 south ramp on the road toward Interstate 65 south.
By the way,
Take the Tennessee 386 south ramp on the
the brew house that we're going to, it allows smoking inside, so you might smell a cigarette.
Boo. I should have looked that up before going, but it's too late now. What are you gonna do? Hopefully they have good ventilation. Like when we went to Vegas, I was very surprised because they had smoking indoors, which no place in New York does. But you could barely tell because their ventilation system was so fucking amazing that it was really hard to tell that they allowed smoking inside, just due to the high quality of the ventilation system. But something tells me that that's not going to be what you get at a Nashville bar. Yeah. They have more money there because they have all the money of the gambling degenerates.
They said the restaurant smelled of cigarettes.
Hooters! Look, Eric, look to your right. Why would someone recommend a smoking bar? That's kind of lame. Oh well, too late to change it now. Too late to change it now. Why is there a shopping cart in the middle of the road? This is not New York. There are some New Yorkisms about Nashville. Like, I'm starting to see them, slowly but surely. There are New Yorkisms about Nashville. Why would you have a shopping cart in the middle of a ramp to a fucking highway? You know? Like, that doesn't make sense. That don't make dollars and it don't make sense. You know?
Hey, they have a Hattie B's nearby. We can move over there if you want.
You can't move because everybody's going to be going to this place. Some people may not show up exactly at 8. Even if I tell everybody who's there at 8, show up to this place at 8:30, or they show up to this place, there'll be people who show up at 8:30 and go, wait, why is Lewis not here? That doesn't work. You can't change shit after the fact.
No, I mean, it's right next door.
I know, but that doesn't make a difference.
Community post.
No. People are not checking that all the time. I guarantee you people will show up saying, where's Lewis? Fuck. And they're not going to check that shit. It's, yeah, that's lame. Smoke cloud. Lame. It's my fault. I didn't check before doing it. Smoke is disgusting. I'll make the best of it. We can maybe get some nice spicy chicken at Hattie B's later.
Yeah.
I love that ghost pepper. I gotta get another ghost pepper before I'm at it.
You're gonna have the shits all day and all night.
I
You're
love
still
having the shits. I know, and it's worth every single shit.
What the hell?
It's keeping me from becoming constipated.
No, that's inflating your stomach.
There is nothing planned for Knoxville tomorrow night. No. Okay, Elon, this is all you. Don't fuck it up. Have you considered magazine ads for right to repair? Not one bit. That's in a very expensive form of advertising that reaches a very low number of people. Paid advertising, that money's going to run out very quickly without much engagement. Organic is the best. Organic advocacy, organic activism, organic awareness. No, don't ask Aria to sing again. Alright, do we trust Autopilot? That's a big Chevy Impala to my right. That car is a big bitch. There's something about the Chevy Impala. It just has this girth and fat to it. But like the kind of girth and fat that would fuck you up kind of Chevy
In
Impala.
1 mile, keep left to stay on Interstate 65 south toward Nashville.
Magazine ads, Dennis Rigdon, are expensive and fairly useless because nobody reads them. Like, if I can do enough organic advocacy via YouTube and everything else that the fucking Trevor Noah show is talking about right to repair, then I'm at a point where I don't think I need to pay for magazine advertising. I do need to do like real actual grassroots, person-to-person stuff. Thank you very much to Mr. Jim Hook. I do need to do a lot of people actually speaking to activist organizations and companies. Like, for instance, the shit that was going on with Microsoft. That's cool. Funding more stuff that leads to that stuff is definitely on my list. But magazine ads, it's like, me doing magazine ads would be like Kim Kardashian using Tinder, you know? It's just odd. That is one big MAGA truck to my left. That is a big bitch right there. It's a giant MAGA truck. MAGA truck goes MAGA, MAGA. Actually, wait, that cannot be a MAGA truck because that's a Toyota. It would have to be a Ford, a Chevy, a GMC, or a Dodge. This truck to my left has 6 wheels. That is a gigantic Dodge Ram 3500. That is a big bitch. To my left is a Ford F-150, which seems like a smaller truck, even though it has a bigger truck, even though it has smaller wheels. Pickup trucks kind of look like a human being when he has his hat on backwards, you know, like his baseball cap on backwards. There's a coolness element to it that I think has a lot. I mean, she broke the internet, but I get your point. Was thinking about reaching target audiences outside your normal demographic. Who's she?
Kim Kardashian.
Oh. Yeah, I really think the right to repair boulder is starting to roll the other way down the hill. Like, we're at the very beginning of it. Like, it's not rolling fast, but I think we're finally at the point where right to repair is rolling the other way down the hill. I could come to regret these words several years from now. It's very possible that I will. I hope not, though. Is this the wide-angle camera or the normal one? I wish there was a way to easily tell when using the YouTube app. There we go. That's the normal. You want to use the normal one because the wide-angle camera will get the mount in there. It also has worse image quality in general. Whoa. You cunt. By the way, I think I figured out how states like Tennessee with no state income tax make back their revenue. So, on the trip from the hotel to here, there are 3 different speed limits. On the same highway, you have 55, 65, and 70. You know that that's designed to keep people from being able to tell when it's changed. So they'll just keep going 65, even though it just changed down to 55, and then they'll wind up getting stuck. Like, they have so many ways to steal your money. They have a lot of ways to steal your money here. And I get it. They could say, you know, technically your ignorance of the law does not mean that we can't fine you. But it's some sneaky, I could see how that works. The Tennessee sales tax is not that high. In New York City, it's 8.875%, so I don't even consider it that high. Hotel sales tax is crazy, though. You guys got 17% sales tax on your hotels. That's nuts. 70% tax on hotels. But the real I think that they, again, I haven't been here long enough for this to happen to me, and to be clear, I haven't actually gotten a ticket. The last time I got a ticket was in 2018, and I was riding a bicycle. So I haven't had anything happen to me for the entire time I've been in a car with regards to ticketing. The only ticket I got is a dude making a left without yielding at an intersection in a Silverado, which was more than a ticket. It was the destruction of my vehicle. But but I have a feeling that they get a lot of people with speed traps here. Because like, if I didn't have this, if I didn't have the car telling me what the speed limit is every time it changed, I would not be that alert to the point where I'm noticing, okay, it was 60 miles an hour before, and now it's 55. You know? Like, I wouldn't have noticed that. I'll be honest, I wouldn't have noticed that. When you change the speed limit from 65 to 55 in the same fucking highway, I would have kept driving at 65 for a good amount of time, and then I would have got pulled over. Does the car have NOS? I have no idea what NOS is.
No.
People love their acronyms. I don't know if it's a thing with young people or if it's something that's just happening more, if it's a trend recently, but I get way more acronyms that make no sense. People don't like using words. Or spelling my name right, apparently. My name is in the channel and everybody still gets it wrong. I don't get that.
L-U-I-S?
It actually takes effort to spell my name wrong. It's literally the name of the channel.
It's L-U-I-Z.
In 1 mile, keep right to take exit 84A to stay on Interstate 65 south toward Huntsville.
84A. Let me know when you see 84A, Erica. Still can't believe an air freshener right through the car. That's crazy. You know what I was thinking? If I had a channel Mr. Beast size, you know what I want to do? I want to buy a Tesla Model 3, and I would want to cover it in air fresheners. Like, I would want to buy 500 pounds of air fresheners and just surround the car with it and see what happens to it. I think that would be cool.
That's a lot of weight.
On the inside and the outside. And then see if the car just turns into a pile of rubble. That would be kind of a Mr. Beast, or I don't know, Mr. Beast or Tech Rax-ish video. What the Ayo Bichette, the peas diets. You Chrysler.
Now keep right to stay on Interstate 65 south.
I didn't speak in reverse, I spoke in Russian, and in Russia, they have their letters backwards. A lot of their alphabet looks like our alphabet, except they put the letters backwards and put little squiggly things through it. So I think that they talk backwards. But the only thing I know how to speak in Russian are curses. My old receptionist used to curse at me a lot, and I didn't know what she was saying because she spoke Russian. So when I usually repeat all the Russian that I know, it's usually curse words that she used on me, because that's usually the words that she would use on me. I'm not a great boss. I realized that when I started translating all the words that she would use on me. I'm not a great boss. Okay, what's next exit is 209B that I gotta get off at. Will this guy let me go? No, of course not. You cunt. You. Alright. Next. I'm merging. I'm changing my lane. You can't stop me. I have a car that goes meme. I named this meme car number 2. Meme car number 1 unfortunately got submitted to the Silverado. I miss that little car. I hate that red Silverado for what it did to my meme car. RIP meme car version 1. Yeah, I know. I fucked up on giving notice. I'm sorry. We had a last minute change of plans. So
In 500 feet, turn right onto Broadway.
in 500 feet, turn right onto what?
Broadway. 500 feet turn right on Broadway.
Oh, look at what these guys are doing. They're going right across all the solid lines because this road is designed like shit. You see how it's designed? You'll never get into these two right lanes ever unless you go across the solid lines. And all of these people, I thought I'm just a shitty New York driver, but all of these Tennessee plates that are doing the same thing I'm doing, it confirms to me that it's not just me. It's not just me. This intersection here is designed like shit. Oh well, fuck off. You want, you cunt. You can suck my dick.
What?
Suck my dick, MAGA truck.
Is it a mega truck?
Same. It's a MAGA Jeep, whatever.
Stay on Broadway.
It's a
Any
MAGA
car
Jeep.
that's bigger than yours, you call it a mega something.
You're starting to get
I'm like, what?
MAGA Jeep,
Sounds
MAGA
like
truck.
It sounds like you have big penis envy.
I kind of do. I have
You're
a
like,
small.
damn, look at these
Now
bigger
turn
cars
left
than
to
me.
Stay on Broadway.
I have a very small penis, unfortunately. Watch your profanity. I don't think you can watch profanity. Typically, you listen to it. You can't
There are
watch a
children
word.
listening to this stream.
Your appearance on Yahoo Finance got them the highest views in their channel. You should make more finance. Are you serious? That's not, no
What do
way.
you mean? Nobody knows who this guy is. He's just Reddit user.
Yahoo, how does Yahoo make any money? Who the fuck uses Yahoo? Tennessee probably has the least well-educated drivers of any state. I didn't realize until I took my final test. Oh yeah. Erica, do you remember earlier when that dude just went over 3 solid lines to get the exit and almost smashed into my car?
Yeah.
I was so fucking pissed that I didn't have the DJI camera on for that. Because I'm never going to find that on the Tesla dash cam. Because what I do when somebody does something stupid... Actually, I could have honked. Technically, I could have honked, but I didn't honk. What I do is I clap so that I can find it in the DJI when I log it all in.
Oh, look,
in audio.
iPhone 13 Pro. Oh, so pro ad. Ooh.
Oh, that is so lame. That is so cheesy.
What?
No!
500 feet.
Oh,
Your
that's
destination
painful.
will
What
be
the-
on
Oh.
Destination will be on the right. Okay. You see it's popping up next to that swirl cupcake?
ABBA.
ABBA. Dancing Queen. Dancing. Oh. That sounds so wrong in this.
First,
game.
not second, James. Okay, wait a minute.
Now your destination is on the right.
Where is...
The other area where I got trolled in Tennessee is I actually stopped short for a yellow, and I didn't realize that the yellows in Tennessee last about 2 or 3 seconds longer than the yellows in New York City. So everybody honked at me. Everybody honked on me. Honking is considered an act of aggression. Yes. In New York, I've noticed the yellow lasts less time in New York than it does in Franklin, Tennessee. Okay.
We gotta find parking.
Okay, is this count as parking?
Yeah, there's one parking stop at the end.
Well, hello.
At the end.
What is this?
Here. At the other end.
What is,
Let this Camaro go out first.
that is a nice Camaro.
I know, dude.
I feel like I'm in New York. Homesick.
Whatever.
Yellow means Florida.
At the first one.
The rear-ending stats at red light cameras prove this.
No, the first one. Where are you parking? Over here.
What is...
You're blocking this car.
Ah,
The
yeah.
first one over there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm a dumbass.
You can't park behind this car. How's this car gonna get out? They're gonna tow your ass.
I got ticketed running a red at a very short yellow. Do you get towed if you're actually a customer, though?
This guy is gonna ask. He needs to get out.
Okay. Once I can't go over there until that Camaro gets out, alright? I have to wait for the Camaro meme car.
There you go.
Okay, where's the spot that you're pointing to?
First one, right past the minivan. See that one? I think you have enough space. See it?
Let's push the bike out of the way. I don't think that's how it works. I'm pretty sure that would start a bar fight.
What?
They're all saying just push the bike out of the way.
No, it's locked down there.
Okay,
Shit,
how the
you don't
fuck
have
are you
enough
fitting in
space.
there? That's never happening. That's not happening.
Okay. Yeah,
No
never mind.
way.
That damn bike is chained on there.
Yeah, but even if the bike wasn't there, how the fuck are you fitting
Okay,
it?
never mind. Never
There's
mind.
no way.
I gotta
No
get out.
way, Erica. All right. Let Erica park. I can't let Erica park. I won't have a car anymore. Okay, we'll go around the block, Erica. We'll go around the block. Tesla could do auto parking. Fuck that. I won't have a car and I'm going to be going to prison. Alright, we go down the block once these lovely ladies pass. Right on red is very weird to me. I don't know if you guys know this, but there is no right on red in New York City. Like you can't make a right on a red in New York City even if there's nobody there. There could be nobody there for the entire block in both directions. It could be 2 and 1 in the morning and you get ticketed. So I'm not used to the whole being able to make a right on red shit. That's just, it's so weird. It's not something that like it's not on my lexicon of things that you're allowed to do. Oh, this road is super narrow. I feel homesick. Bed-Stuy, is that you? Shit, somebody just texted me to ask if I'm here. Can you tell the guy that texted me that I'm not here yet? I'm driving around.
Where's the text?
He should be watching the stream because he was watching all the other streams I did.
Yeah,
What's
well,
this over here? Is this legal parking? Do you have my construction vest in the back?
Yeah. Don't even risk it.
Why? I'll just pretend I'm a construction worker. It works in New York. Why do you think I got this stupid fucking vest? To do construction? Let's see. Where can I park and pretend I'm a construction worker? That usually works. Steve's been doing that shit for like 5 years. Okay. One second, just put this window down because it is tinted. Cathedral parking only. Yeah, that is not for me. What is this over here to the left?
It is no construction. I don't know what
What's
that
no
is.
construction parking? Does that mean no construction people can park there?
I have no idea what that is.
What about this? Okay, that's
You
paid
can probably
parking.
park here.
I'll put a few quarters in the meter.
No, I don't think you have to put in you don't have to put in money after a certain amount.
There's no signs that tell you.
Parking.
Want me to find out?
What is
Yeah, I'll
this?
park over here in front of the meter. Parking lot reserved and masked.
can't
Okay.
park here.
No, I can park on that thing though.
Yeah, park
On that little
on
meter
the
shit.
meter,
Yeah, I'll just park in the meter. No big deal. New York Plate construction worker in Tennessee. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of fucking pushing it there, aren't I? Okay, Erica.
There's one on your left.
With the drug dealer tints too. That's like the drug dealer tints really do it. Would do me in. Yeah, I just get closer to the curb here. Not do some shitty New York Park job.
Actually, you know what? Do you have enough space? Park in the one behind you.
Why?
Do you have enough space?
Why?
I don't know. I was just wondering if your car's sticking out.
Nah, it's fine. Watch, I do this. I do this. Because a box. I parked right in the box.
Okay.
Beautiful. See the box, Erica?
Yeah.
Park right here. Parking brake on. Okay, let's get out of here. I gotta text that guy that asked if I'm there. He should be.
You should be watching the stream.
Yes, he should know where I am because he's the one who found me up from this freaking stream. Okay. How many quarters do you gotta put in that piece of shit?
I don't know. Do you even have to?
I have quarters. See what it says.
Let me check.
It's blinking red. That scares me. What does that
Let
mean?
me check and see if you have to put in quarters.
Yeah, I think you do. Turn off the DGI. What? DGI?
One moment.
Erica said 1 moment. Are the brights on? Holy hell, those are bright. No, that's normal light. Yeah, these are the normal lights. I'm not going to put the brights on because there's somebody coming up on my left, and that's going to blind him, and that would be a really dickhead thing to do. But once he goes, I'll show you what the brights look like, okay? So brights look like this. Now brights are off. What?
Nobody paid.
Well, I don't give it. I have New York plates. I'm not risking it.
Nobody paid. I'm serious.
Okay, fine. I'll get out and pay myself. If you
Huh?
what?
It says 2 hours max. I think you only have to pay between those hours.
Listen, I'm not
Nobody paid
risking
in the
it.
block.
No, I'm not risking it. You can keep New York plates, Erica.
These people don't even have plates.
Okay, you can keep talking. I'm ignoring you. Erica doesn't want. Erica wants to see me get towed. Erica wants to see me get towed. Like I'm not gonna have a fucking electric car with New York plates in the middle of Tennessee and not pay. That's literally begging to get pounded in the asshole. But I need some more quarters. But Eric, do you have any quarters?
I don't have any quarters.
Do you have any dollars?
Yeah.
I'll get some quarters at the bar and then come out here and put them in.
Anyone from Tennessee, no? Because like in Hawaii, you don't have to pay outside of a certain time.
You can't ask a question, nobody will answer. What you have to do is you have to get the answer wrong to the question. You have to pretend you know the answer, get it wrong, and then they'll help you. You're disobeying the rule of the internet, Erica. Nobody's going to help you if you actually ask the question. Free after 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Okay, it's free after 6 p.m. So
I just told you.
So Tennessee got a tip.
I just told you.
So I know, Erica. You can keep. Tennessee got a tip of 75 cents. I hope they're happy. All right. That's penance for the red light. Although there was a person on my left that looked like he was cutting me off, to my defense, but yeah, it is what it is. I should. That's my penance. Martha Blackburn, forgive me for I have sinned. Huh? Watch. See? Yeah, it auto locks. Martha Blackburn, forgive me. Marcia Blackburn, Martha Blackburn, I don't even know how to pronounce. I don't even know the name. I'm a shit activist. I should know the names of the politicians in the states that I've lobbied in before. I kid. Don't put money in. Oh, too late. It appeased my guilt. Congrats, you got trolled. Okay. Yeah, so the 75 cents I put in that meter will be my apology to the state of Tennessee for not flooring it hard enough at the yellow light. Whoa, they have Two Boots Pizza here? I thought that was just a New York thing. What am I walking through? Hi, Erica. Erica's far away. You can get a DUI and a horse. I am not drinking alcohol tonight because Erica doesn't drive. I should say that. She has a driver's license. It's just I'd probably be better off driving drunk than having her drive. I don't want to be insulting. It's just she has this thing after her LASIK. Like you don't want to be in a car with Erica at night. You just you have a better chance of swimming past Niagara Falls. What is that? There's a bunch of women smacking their ass on a pedal thing that look drunk. There's a bunch of drunk women smacking their asses on a pedal thing.
What else do people
almost
do when
does
they're
feel like
drinking?
New York City. All right, do you know where that place is, Erica? Oh, shit. Where are we going? Oh, whoops. I just walked across a construction site. Is it that way?
Oh, hold on, let me find it. Let me find it.
Shizzle.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Erica,
What?
where?
It's on your left. Couple blocks up.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I am late. Somebody who got there asked if I was said there's a bunch of people calling the bar because they don't know where I am. But I'm streaming where I am, so it should be obvious. Like, this should be the best way to figure out where I am there is. Whew. Come on. I hear Nelly Furtado playing. Hi, Sai.
Chewy's on the screen. Hi,
Hello.
I'm Jackson.
Nice to meet you.
On the Discord.
Oh, cool. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I was like, oh wow, you're across the street when I saw it on the screen.
That's.
I
This is
wasn't
it?
sure how long to pay for parking.
Where'd you park?
That happy pay to park place down the street.
I parked at some metered parking a few blocks away, but they said that I didn't have to put money in, but I put money in anyway like a tourist.
I don't know. I stay out of downtown.
Most people appear to. It's different in New York City because people like the busy central area because it doesn't matter where you are in the city, the train will get you there in 20 or 30 minutes.
Right.
But here there is no real train, so.
There's no train. You have a bus system, but they really only go back and forth between one place.
Yeah, so now I can understand why in places outside New York City, the central business area is not desired because it's harder to get to, not easier.
Yep.
This is the entrance?
I guess.
I can't hear a word she's saying. Erica, why are you always half a block away and we're
I
talking
honestly wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
You're not by any chance Lewis.
Yes.
Somebody called earlier,
Oh.
and they said they're not gonna make it.
Oh yeah, they don't have to. They don't have to announce
Yeah,
if they're
I don't
gonna
know
come or
why.
not.
Let's see, I didn't announce.
Yeah, somebody called it. Yeah, this could be them again.
Hey. All right. How's it going? Nice to meet you. Carl. Yeah, you talking to John? Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah. And it gets all the way around, guys. Get somebody.
And they were looking for you.
What's back? What is back here? Oh, cool. This place is huge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. So this does wrap all the way around. Whoa. Erica. The bars here have enough space that they actually have stuff in them.
See, people are calling for you.
You walk in a bar and
Hello?
the guy that was trying to meet up with
How are you?
for a meeting.
I can barely hear you. I'm sorry. This is a bar.
Enough location.
Hello? I have no way to hear what's being said on this phone. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, what's up? Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sure. All right, you have a good night.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Sorry, man.
He phoned in his YouTube comment. He phoned in a YouTube comment.
Someone actually called in just to say they won't be able to show up, and you don't.
No, he asked if I'd sign a MacBook if he sent it to the store. But now I have to send Steve a note saying, don't fake my signature, because every time somebody asks that and I'm away, Steve fakes my signature. Which I probably shouldn't be saying on camera.
Well, sitting back there, I can see all.
Yeah, I just wanted to see the whole bar. Hey, nice to meet you. What's your name? What is this? You don't have space for this stuff in a bar in New York City. Like, there's no space whatsoever in any of them.
I don't know if you want to grab the bar or.
I just wanted to look around a little.
I have no idea what it is.
That's my shit, but y'all can share it.
Oh,
My bad, bro.
Oh, sorry, man.
I'm charging my phone. I'm here to make friends. Y'all good, bro.
Nice to meet you, man.
What
I'm
up,
Louis.
Brian? Pleasure. I'm just charging my phone. I don't be
No worries. You could join us. Grab a chair.
What's this? What y'all got going on?
I got a live stream.
Oh, damn. I'm not from here, though.
No, not at all.
I am, but they're.
Nice to meet you, man. I will. It's,
No idea. Actually, I want to see my family in Georgia. I've been driving for like 8 hours.
No way. Where from?
Well, I'm from Missouri.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I'm going to see family in Georgia. I'm like, I've got like YouTube autoplay in the car, and your thing popped up.
Oh, cool.
Nashville, and I was like, yo, I'll be in Nashville in 3 minutes.
Oh, cool.
I don't know how that worked out, but
Yeah, I see why people here don't want to go downtown often because of the traffic.
oh yeah.
Traffic and paying for parking or finding a spot that's not paid
Or
for
getting
parking.
towed.
Wait, how do I?
Erica, you're being...
I decided, screw it, I'll pay the $10 to not tow my car.
There we go.
Yeah, I found some parking meter thing back there.
Yeah.
I saw your Tesla pull up.
Huh?
I saw
Really?
your Tesla pull up, and I was like, oh, you can't park there.
No, there was one right behind.
Oh, really?
I keep a construction vest in my trunk.
It just looked like you.
Thank
The thing
you,
is that
Arnulfo.
that doesn't work in Tennessee. It's like, wait a second, because like in New York City, like you can at least kind of fool it. But here, like everybody drives a Ford F-150, even if they just work at a Dollar General. So it's like, it doesn't. I can't use that trick.
I gave pasta.
No, like when I went to Florida, Steve used this freaking construction vest. He didn't pay for parking once, and nobody get that little vest does everything.
I don't know if you've seen the video where the dudes like carry a ladder and they just walk into places and everyone just lets them go.
No, it works.
Oh, we're going in here and they just
Like
walk.
Paul has these little lights and shit in his car. He parked right outside a Home Depot at a major intersection when we were getting our stuff. Nobody cared because he looked like he was fixing. And there's always scaffolding in New York City because everything's always broken because it's dumb. So it always looks like it's always plausible that you could be doing construction because the scaffolding never goes down ever.
Makes sense.
How do you order something? You go up there. Or...
Yes. Good.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Joshua Idlewild.
Louis.
I sent a super chat or whatever the other day.
Here, go grab a chair.
How's Louis liking Nashville? Liking it yet, or like how do you feel about it?
It's a weird because there's like the city area where you can get kind of like the New York City-ish experience, but you have to drive to get there, and you also have to sit in traffic.
Yeah.
So I need a place where I can potentially attract people who are young who work here with the things that they could get in New York City, like they can go to a bar and meet girls and do all that type of stuff. But you can't actually do that because you need a designated driver or to drive home drunk. I visited Franklin, which is very much a lot of people that like Jesus there. A lot of that was interesting.
Welcome to the Bible Belt, man.
Yeah, there's nothing to do there but go to church or go to the mall.
Or go to one of like 1,000 chain restaurants.
Yes,
Yeah.
and very expensive, and becoming more and more expensive.
Yep. Because right next to that is Brentwood, where you literally have McMansions surrounding the public high school.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's just kind of bipolar. It's like it doesn't know what kind of city it wants to be. But
Yeah.
it's on its.
Beltway's also where the Ricky Rich lives too, unfortunately.
Where do you all live?
I'm in East Nashville, right not far from the airport.
Somebody says the same name.
I think I have a lot of
Mount Juliet's kind of been growing, but it's another suburban area, but it's not quite as rich.
Interesting.
Like in Brooklyn, at least
Not yet, at least. It's probably going to get there.
people are about the same.
Yeah, there was a guy staying right downstairs from my motel, and he showed me this giant. He had his shirt off. He showed me this giant scar from here to here. He said, "I got that here," and I said, "Okay, which section?" So I know not to check that one out. And he told me. No,
Oh, really?
yeah, no, I took a note of it. I'm like, okay, cool. That's not. That was Trinity Lane and Dickerson Road.
Oh, that's another really bad one.
Yeah, Trinity Lane and
That would
Dickerson
do
Road.
it, wouldn't it?
He said go anywhere but there.
Yeah, Trinity Lane's. Trinity Lane and Dickerson Pike is probably the worst area around here. Yeah.
He was out there, boy.
No, it's like now I want to visit. That'll make me homesick. I live in Bed-Stuy in Brooklyn now, but I used to live on the border of like where Bed-Stuy kind of starts to become East New York area.
Yeah.
And like I want to, it would probably make me homesick.
There's a lot of people that got in earlier, so they're cashing out.
Nashville's been growing ever since I moved here. It's crazy how much just traffic is like, I would say like doubled in the past almost 4 years I've been here.
That's the other thing I noticed. Like if you want to, like just driving around Franklin, Tennessee at all is, or certain areas of Nashville, it feels exactly like New York City does with the traffic.
Although, how much bike traffic have you seen?
None.
Exactly.
Because if you ride a bike, you're going to get smashed into by a car.
Because no one here respects bike drivers. Even I know several motorcyclists that when they moved here, they stopped driving their motorcycles because it was too dangerous.
Yo, I tried out one of them Lime scooters like the past week. Dude, they're fast as hell.
There was a lady who ran into the back wheels of a semi on one of those Lime scooters a couple of weeks ago. Real bad.
Yeah, because there's a lot of traffic where I am, but I can get somewhere with a 2,500 watt electric bike. Here, I can't take that on the highway. I'll get arrested immediately.
And you basically have to get on the interstate to get anywhere.
I didn't have my DJI on, so I'm pissed. I didn't have my camera on when I was doing this, but there was like, there was several times where like somebody went off like over 4 solid lines with an F-150 to get off at their exit and pass 3 lanes. I was like, that's how people in New York City drive. I thought it would be better.
New York.
No, I thought it would be like mildly better, and then I see an F-150 just immediately cut in front of 3 lines to go in front of. No, I'm not kidding. I've played that game before. I lose.
What's it my parents call them? The tiny dick mobiles. It was one of the ones with the big jacked up, the gigantic rims and everything. Yeah.
My buddy literally ordered
Tiny
a
dick
truck
mobile.
off liftedtrucks.com. It's a V6, and the wheels are like almost as tall as you. It's ridiculous. I'm like, dude, what? Do you like the Tesla?
It's not as horrible as I thought it would be. I wanted something that was electric that I could go around the country in, and all the options suck.
Yeah.
What do you think about Rivian?
Like the moment, huh?
What do you think about Rivian, the next truck company that just launched an electric truck?
I haven't heard of it.
Rivian?
No. I can't wait for the day that a normal, non-meme company like wipes the floor with Tesla. I want to see it happen so bad.
I think they'll be the ones who honestly do it. Their sales, they're already shooting up.
The problem with it right now is that they have the best charging network if you want to do cross-country road trips. Yeah, because like everybody else will be, you can charge at 10 kilowatts instead of 250, and when you show up, it's broken. The thing is, since Biden is talking about doing electric charging in his infrastructure plan, it doesn't make sense for any private company to invest just yet because they don't want to invest before the money flows in. So, but that's getting held up for, because of political infighting. So there's this thing where it doesn't make sense for anybody to actually invest in infrastructure. Nobody wants to invest. It's like paying off your college loan when they're talking about forgiving it all kind of thing. So I am afraid that the charging network is going to suck for many years to come for anybody else, which is sad.
And it's crazy that they're trying to, like most auto manufacturers that are in America want to get rid of gas-powered cars by 2030. It's like, I don't think we're going to be ready by that.
You don't even have charging networks. I mean, this is a joke. Like, no, you're not getting rid of gas by 2030. Maybe 2050, I'll give it that.
I think they were making it illegal to sell ICE cars.
Yeah,
but
no, they
not
will.
to.
Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. No, it's still going.
Yeah, Oregon, you're like,
You can't make it illegal to sell an ICE car by 2030.
Oh, no,
When it's almost 2022 and you have no charging infrastructure in the country. That's bullshit. That's a pipe dream. what you're going to do there is you're going to raise the value on the used car market of cars insanely. And you're going to piss off lower middle class people that need a car to get around.
That's already happening.
So you're just going to fuck over normal everyday people with it.
Yep. These cars are so expensive now.
Trying to get on 65
Max is offered like
it was just standstill.
so like an absorbent amount of money from a Verge Tacoma. It's like a 2021 Tacoma that's like brand new. He could sell it and like break even if he's had it for over a year.
Yeah, my manager's car went up in value by like $7,000 or $8,000 since he bought it, and he's put like 30,000 miles on it since he bought it, and it's worth more. And he's like, I want to sell it, but then I can't. Then I have to buy another one. So
This is in the same spot.
yeah.
The funny thing is, I paid $14,000 for my car, and now it's valued at almost $19,000, and it's just a Ford Escape. That's all it is.
Wow.
It's nothing special, and it's like, this is went up $4,000. I'm actually tempted to get rid of it just because of that. I'm just like, do I really want to deal with an EcoBoost engine anymore? Not really, because they suck. I've had so many issues with it. 2018, and they're offering batteries. It has coolant dilution.
I just drive Japanese. I got a 2007 Lexus with 225,000 miles.
Well,
That's awesome.
It don't quit. I can't kill it in like an hour and a half. So at least the wheels fall off. I don't have to paint it. You're like, what's wrong?
I'm so glad I only owe like 11,000 on it. I can just sell it right now.
Because someone on there was like, wait, is that Central or Eastern? Because I know you're from New York. I was.
Oh yeah, somebody asked what time, and I respond like whatever it is in Tennessee.
That was me. I was the one who asked. Some guy said it in general chat, and I got nervous.
Yeah, I didn't want to admit out loud that I didn't know if this was Eastern or Central, so I just said whatever it is here is
It depends on which part of Tennessee. So you're in Knoxville, it's
I know, because
Eastern.
it's long. No, it's wide, but it's short, so like I didn't
Also,
wanna-
someone said it looks like a broken Kit Kat bar.
If you drive dead straight to it's Eastern time.
Interesting.
But I passed it yesterday on Church Street, and I was like, was that Lewis? There's no way. I'm around the corner, and I pull up the live source, and I'm like, it sure freaking was.
No way. You were driving by there?
Yeah, I drive Uber, so I'm all over the place.
Oh, crazy.
All the time, but.
Screams at us, eats all our food, eats the other cat's food.
Erica, how do you get food? How do we get food?
Well, you go up, get your legs up, and you can So has anyone been here before?
I'll just go get the guy. I gotta pay for this. I gotta pay for this anyway.
Thank you. They give you the food before you pay for it? That's more trusting than any New York City bar.
Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. Normally they do that, or you just hand them a card and say, "Okay, build a tab for me."
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Usually under $200, they pay after.
Yeah.
You had said out the warehouse.
I don't get to a lot of bars.
What part of town do you live in?
Yeah, it's funny that you guys were talking about U-Break I fixed. There's actually one like down that way. I used to work for a woman named Susan. She owned 3 stores: Hendersonville, Belmead, and Nashville. The Nashville store was actually one of the cheapest ones, even though it's near Vanderbilt University.
Interesting. I don't know how they make so much money.
Well, it's mostly because of phone repair. Because they're quick, they're fast, and they offer decent parts. To be honest.
What are the most phones? What is the most popular phones they work on?
So most popular that they get in the door is iPhones, and then Samsung is number 2nd. But Samsung and iPhone are trading blows each year because Samsung is in a program with them. So
If they're using, if they're part of that Apple IRP program, are they actually using Apple screens?
yes,
How the fuck are they making any money?
they are not. So that's
So
actually the funny thing.
how do they have a billboard out here? That leads me to my next question.
Recently, my old store owner actually sold. She sold all 3 of her stores, and now they're all owned by Assurion. I don't know if you know them.
Yeah, they got bought out by Assurion.
Yeah. Well, now they're actually going around to individual. Yeah, now they're actually going around to franchises. And they really wanted that Nashville location because Assurion is based in Nashville.
Yep.
So they paid her about $2 million for all of her stores.
What?
Yes, for 3 stores.
I'm so glad I don't work for them anymore. I didn't help
How much money did you put into those stores?
How much did she?
Yeah.
She put. Okay, so
I'm trying to figure out how jealous I should be. How much of that $2
So
million did she keep?
she put about $300,000 of not even her own money. She got a loan and paid it off immediately after.
Son of a.
Yeah, so
I'm doing something wrong.
she would rack in between all 3 stores easily $1 million each year. The last time I was there, it was like 1.2 million, and I think like gross, it was like $300,000 in profit that she just took, you know? She sold her stores.
How is there this much profit if they're using Apple original screens for screen repair?
The option is a third party and an Apple OEM.
Okay, how many people choose the Apple OEM? Probably nobody. Because everybody on the internet says, I only want the OEM, but then when they actually see the fucking price tag, it's like, never mind, I'll take the knockoff.
So the only time someone would want an OEM screen is when their Face ID went out. And that was the only time they'd pay for one. The newest phone I had someone want an OEM screen for was an iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I think it was like 500 something, close to 500 something dollars. And I'm like, hey man, like take it to Apple. This would be cheaper there. And he's like, nah. I'm like, all right, rich motherfucker.
Huh? Yeah, sure. I'll take that one. Thank you so much.
So, like, I think like an iPhone 12 Pro Max at the time was like $300. So you know, it was like you really want to spend an extra $200.
I barely even advertise phone repair anymore. Like I literally, I haven't updated my website since the iPhone 8. Like I don't even bother with it.
So that's basically
You even did phone repair currently.
No, in 2015, I had a customer walk in. I was doing a board repair. Steve was on vacation in France with his girlfriend, and I was somebody came in and asked for a phone repair. And I'm doing a board repair. I'm going to get $325 if I fix it. And a woman, she has an iPhone 5S, and she asked how much it is, and I said $80. This is in 2015 when the screen prices went through the roof. So I'm paying about $65 or $70 for that screen. I don't really even want to do this. And she's like, and then she goes, that's the best you could do? It doesn't seem like you want my business. And I said, well, honestly, no, I don't. I really don't. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, you're not supposed to say that to people. You can't just tell somebody, I don't want your business. So then then she walked out, she was horrified, and then I just like took it down. I took down the sign that said we did it. It's like, why am I doing this? I interrupted a repair where I'm gonna make $300 for soldering a fucking wire for something where I'm gonna make $10 off of 20 minutes of work that I don't even want to do, and they're mad at me. They're mad at me. So I literally took the sign down, and then like 3 years later, when the prices came back to normal, everybody was they were going everywhere else, so they didn't really come to me for it anymore.
So, also the other thing is, RU-Break I fixed had a very skilled MacBook motherboard repair person. His name was Cameron. There's nobody else around that does MacBook motherboard repair anymore.
The bartender's like $10 earlier, so he's like, yeah, man, just let me know what you want.
Dude, I got quoted $150 to replace a charging port on an XPS. It's literally like 12 screws.
From what, that by that?
Do they happen to have food by any chance?
Is it soldered with board? No.
Yeah, there's no food. I can't drink because she can't drive.
You just solder it back onto the surface mount there.
I got fish tacos
for the truck.
No, I can't find the guy
No worries.
who did that, so
I'm in no rush.
I buy the phone myself.
yeah, I can't do that in like an hour. I got 30 hours worth of
Keeps on filling up. I mean, I'm glad, honestly.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry about that.
Wait, he's trying to eat stuff.
I felt really great. I'm sorry, that's Oreo. So I know every fucking building here. Yeah.
Someone does, because I go around Nashville.
I know. Couldn't tell you the street names.
Chicken tender salad sounds good.
Been here for that.
Hey, Lewis. Let me know what you want. I got it for you, man.
No, don't worry.
I'm going to get it for you, man.
I can't.
How are you going to respond to that? That's not how to get around. Are you visiting here? That worked out well. How did it be your time? Dude, it kills me. Something.
I need some guys who believe in like it's a dope shit.
I'll get it fucking home at
Yeah.
The HTML5 either because I don't run like I run so I can't use like normal Windows. That works. Musician.
Oh, cool.
I'm the asshole that told Erica about free telephone that $8 million.
Erica, this man is the one that told you about the $8 million house.
Oh, sorry. I'm not.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. You know, I get out of the shower and she's like, Lewis, look at this house, it's great. And I look, it's like $8 million. And it's like, are you
What? I like the hills. I really like it.
And I lived in that area, it was half the price.
Oh, half?
4 million.
Okay, only $2 million.
4 million. It was like a huge thing and things like that.
It was Bill Burr, like, he did a bit where he was like, yeah, I was looking at yachts the other day, and like, comparing them, and it's like, damn, that's like 1.8 million. This one's a better deal for the price when he can't afford like a single one of them.
Thank you so much.
Is everybody doing okay over here?
Ma'am, I need to pay for Yingling and fish pot.
Iced tea, unsweetened. I've had so many people complain that I'm getting unsweetened iced tea in Tennessee.
Luis, I think I have that house key.
Jesus Christ. Don't, Erica, go away. Erica, don't look at it. Stop it.
Hey, it's only $6,500 a month in property tax and $10,000 a month in HOA.
$8 million.
That's USD?
Yes.
That's
That's USD.
Look at that. This is my dream, you guys. Law of attraction. Right
Get
here.
out of here with this law of attraction shit. Oh my god.
It's only $150,000 a year to live there with no power, gas, and water. So,
No power?
no, that's just HOA property tax.
Okay, Lewis, I think it's time for me to end the meetup and go back to fixing MacBooks.
I think I need to open a U-Break I Fix and sell it for $3 million.
And it's crazy how much they paid just so they don't want it for the store. They want it for the territory. When U-Break iFix was like selling franchises or saying, hey, open up your own as long as you have this liquidity, they were selling territories. So if you made a U-Break iFix for I don't remember how many miles, but you could not make another. So they wanted they wanted the territory because Assurion, we believe they want to just close down the stores and just have a giant repair depot where you send everything in. Well,
When did they sell?
so my boss sold at the beginning of this year. The talk was happening. Now Assurion sold about, or U-Break iFix, which I actually met the CEO of U-Break iFix when I worked with her. He sold. It was a lot of money.
So Assurion isn't even planning on opening retail locations.
So-
Everything they do is mobile, or you ship it in.
Yep.
All of it.
So they want to keep
Erica, why is
a
that
few
playing?
stores, but so the Brentwood location is closed because they don't have enough staff, and talking about completely closing it even though it's brand new. So it's just crazy to me that they bought it basically for the territory because they're going to close down the stores and just put up one giant repair depot because Assurion's headquarters are in Nashville, and that's why they wanted the territory. And Susan was like, no, you're not building another store. I own the territory. You should go basically fuck yourself.
What does Assurion get out of owning U-Break iFix?
Really, it's because they don't. So when they were just partners, U-Break iFix would get paid like $70 for a repair. Well, Assurion's like, wow, well, we're paying $70 each time, not including our part cost. Why don't we just buy them, not have to pay them anything, and then make the store pay us for putting their business like. So basically, even though they own U-Break iFix now, the store still pays Assurion, and they get like less now. They get about $25 per repair. So it's like they're really not. It's not for any.
It's just straight up vertical integration.
Yeah, basically they just want more money. That's all they wanted. So that's the thing.
So when she sold those stores, who do you sell it to? Assurion themselves or somebody else?
No, Assurion themselves. Basically,
that's nuts.
Yeah, so the funny thing is, Assurion is so bad, it's such an awful company to work for. Everyone quit, besides like 3 employees.
How do you make money doing shitty repairs, paying shitty wages? Like, how does that work? It's like it's shit stacked on top of shit, stacked on top of shit, but it's filled with money. Like, I don't get it.
The funny thing is, Susan actually paid us pretty handsomely. It wasn't because now franchise stores, they don't pay shit.
Can you define handsomely so I have an idea of what this is? Feel free to tell me, it's none of my business. But
So
I'm curious.
We were paid about $14 an hour, but we got and sent. So like Home Plus, it was a product that we had to sell. Well, we didn't have to sell it, but every time we sold it, we got a $20 commission back. So
How often would you sell this?
So personally, was actually really good at it. That's how I made my secondary income. So I'd sell about 3-4 days, but we would sell it towards like the family people that have, kids and a family to worry about. Like, it was very easy to sell someone an insurance plan for their device, basically, or an extended warranty, they call it.
Is the Home Plus thing the Assurion thing? Sorry, I got.
Yeah.
I hate that selling that crap.
So the funny thing is, it's not that bad of a program because I've actually had 3 devices that were replaced underneath their warranty.
Right. They made me try to sell that crap over the phone. I hated it.
Yeah.
Well, I've been driving for like 8 hours. I got 3 more to go, so I'm gonna get out of here. Because
Is it cool if I grab a picture real quick?
I got something for you guys. But Uber put these updates on like the driver their app. Like the custom drivers don't have insurance.
They want to
They
talk
have
with it.
everyone's in the beta. So like if you're running a like buyout Sprawl, the current version, hundreds of dollars over those 2 days to patch it. So it makes more sense to me to pay another $60 a month.
I want to visit like
Occasionally, they'll put updates up on all phones.
probably doesn't
Or
want to
like
see
last year, there were 2 days where their dispatch on was fucked up. So no one was getting like other screen the rate search that because of that, like, I want people to pick up an order. And there was just like 60 or 70 orders at like $30 each that people were paying out. Nobody was picking up. Yeah, so I ran
So what'd you do? Work for a Assurion call center or something?
Yeah, we did the one out in Antioch. Of course, we were working home, and we were the Verizon Tech Coach, which is...
Yeah, I remember the launch of that.
I lasted about, and I've done over the phone work for Apple before. I lasted about 2 or 3 months, and I left, and I actually got a way better job. Oh, it's for an insurance company, it's way better.
Yeah. I've been.
I put down board on my house if you're in a block of your house.
I just ordered a bunch of fried pickles because it looked good.
So you'll be really
I got myself a mango wheat beer.
I got a hell of a deal. Well, everything's cheaper in the South. The seller, part of the reason I guess it's good is because the seller that you're going to sell it to all the California is going to take care of you.
Hey, nice to meet you. Have a business card. Have a good time, man.
Yeah, so we have rental companies coming in.
You have a print shop?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I was somebody was asking me what I was doing right now, and I was trying to explain the whole right to
The fly just landed on me.
I've had fried little spears before. This is good. Normally I'm used to the...
Over here.
Oh, cool, thank you.
Eagle Apparel sourcing and printing. T-shirts, towels, tote bags, etc.
That's your card? That's you?
Yeah. We're not like a screen printing shop, so it's what we use is actually called direct to garment printing. It's I like to describe it to people as like the industry equivalent of like a giant home inkjet printer. Like it prints T-shirts, but it literally uses CMYK cartridges, and it has like the print heads that go back and forth. It prints out a shirt in like a minute and a half or less.
That's crazy.
Super easy, great, and like
It uses like a water-based ink, so it goes like straight into the fabric, so it doesn't like crack, peel, or fade like traditional screen printing does, that sort of stuff. We specifically use Brother manufactured printers, and they are a pain in the ass trying to get things repaired.
How much does that printer cost? Like a printer that prints shirts and stuff like that.
Oh gosh, on the low end, it's like $20,000.
Because my brother's a piece of shit, but I paid $87 for it, so it doesn't bug. I got what I paid for. If I paid $20,000 for a printer and it was a pain in the ass to fix, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find a photo real quick.
It doesn't seem like 20,000.
No, just any printer is always going to be a pain in the ass to fix.
Oh yeah. Why so many companies just print out their large laserjet printers?
That's the printer right there that we use. It's like as big as this table. We have we've got 4 of them in our shop.
How often does that break?
Not too often. It needs a lot of maintenance. The individual print heads, the CMYK, those things themselves cost like $1,200 to replace, and they need to be swapped out every 2 to 3 years. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It does pay for itself. Like the amount of ink that it uses to print a shirt is really low. The ink, it's still expensive because it's printer ink, but it's not that expensive. It works out. It's fine. But like, so we had an issue a while back. One of our print heads, I think it was the cyan, was banding. It was leaving stripes in the print, so we couldn't do anything with it. Our go-to thing is to have a certified Brother technician come out and take a look at it. He comes out, he's only, it's like we're a pain to him that we exist. He doesn't like coming out. He's like, I've got other shit to do. He did a bunch of general maintenance, like just general cleanup that I do like every day. He's like, it's still not working. I'm like, yeah, no shit, something's wrong with the print head. And he's like taking the whole thing apart, taking a look at it. He can't figure it out. He's like, well, you got to replace the print head. That's all I can think of. So we end up shelling out $1,200 on top of the hourly fee that he charges us, which is like $100 an hour.
Did it work when it was done?
No. Well, it did. It did for about half an hour after he left, and then it started banding again. So he didn't fix anything. And with the way that these work, we can't just like take that print head out and give it back to him and return it. It's once it's in use, it's in use. We can't like that money's gone. Come to find out, what happens is the print heads they go left. I'll find a video to show you in a little bit, but they go over the shirt, they print it, and then when they're done, they go over to the side, and there's this little squeegee piece, this little like 70-cent piece of rubber that wipes off the print heads. That was damaged. It had deteriorated over a few years, and it needed to be replaced. It just wasn't properly cleaning off the print head, so gunk was getting stuck up on it, and it couldn't print properly.
And he missed that.
What's that?
And he missed it.
Yeah, he missed that. The certified Brother technician missed that. And
no chargeback?
No, unfortunately.
He only takes payment by check?
What's that?
He only took payment by check or something?
We did pay him with a check, yeah. Of course, at the time, my boss, the owner of the company, he wants to do everything the right way. He's like, contact Brother, get a replacement piece. I'm like, I can go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get that for a few cents. I can take care of that easy today. He's like, no. Call Brother, get the official part. Well, that cost us $76, and it took them a week and a half to ship it to us. So we were down a printer that entire time. And they shipped it out of Memphis. So it was like I could have drove there and picked it up from them.
Why do you think your boss was so apprehensive of you just replacing?
I don't know. He always wants to do things by the book, and he's had other people in the past that try to fix things and like really screw it up. I've been doing this. I was working for another company before this for almost 10 years with the exact same printer. So I kind of have a good idea of how things work. I at least know enough to Google things when I don't know them. But yeah, later on, that same thing happened with another printer. And that time I just ran over to Lowe's. I bought, what is it, the little rubber piece on the underside, door sweep. I bought just a piece of door sweep and cut it down the sides and stuck it in there. It's good to go. It's fine.
That's your boss?
Yeah.
I wasn't saying.
Oh, he loved that. He thought that was really fun. He was pissed off at the technician at that point. But,
I hope you instill within your boss, like if you tell them something along the lines of, hey, I like figuring out this stuff, I can fix it, I'll try my best,
pretty much.
and I like to try and save money.
yeah, that was a little over a year ago at this point, and we've encountered other stuff that he's let me take care of.
You said someone works at your store, Kevin. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no,
my bad. You can keep going. I'm sorry. Probably way more interesting.
What's up?
I was just wondering. I heard on the stream, one of the streams you were talking about how Kevin would love it here. I haven't seen Kevin, so I didn't know much about him.
I was making a comment based on the density and quantity of mini skirts in that area.
Luis,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Nashville is either mini skirts or high-waisted jeans.
Hey, Luis. Has anyone else bought your dinner?
No, I'm gonna pay for my own.
Okay, it's on mine.
No, don't worry about
It's on
it.
me. It's on me.
Don't worry about it. I appreciate it all.
But there's a
What do you do?
I'm a programmer at IBM.
Wow.
Cool.
It's making a comeback. I go to a gym and there's like 3 college kids and
What do you do there? What do you mean?
I'm an idiot.
What makes you say that? What makes you say that?
Well, it's too long of a story, right? Story too long, but I'm a long-time fan of yours.
Thank you.
A long-time fan. So good work, good job, keep it up, and I'm buying your dinner.
I'm gonna get mad because I said no already.
I already just paid for it.
We also just paid for
I
it.
already just paid for it.
You already paid?
Yeah, I already paid for it.
The only person that can buy my dinner is her because she wants me to buy her an $8 million home. And I think I'm getting the shit end of that stick. But
And what's your name?
Erica.
Paying for it one salad at a time.
So yeah, it's interesting. My wife is Chinese, so we have a daughter named Erica as well. So I've seen you on his channel, but yeah, I have a daughter named Erica too. She's 17, and she's in her 3rd year of nursing school.
3rd year of nursing school at 17.
Yeah.
How did she accelerate so quickly? What did it cost?
She got a GED at
What even is it?
Chip, if that's the case, then you're welcome to lock yourself in your own home. I won't protest it, I promise.
What happened?
Okay.
What happened?
No, I just responded to something I saw in the comments.
So anyway, I've got 3 daughters. The oldest is a nursing student, the youngest is a nursing student, and the middle is a business student. But anyways,
Why are you drawn to nursing? Is someone in your family a nurse?
my wife.
Oh, no
Well,
wonder.
let me tell you this. My wife has 3 degrees, and my wife is also studying to be nursing.
Repair.
I don't know why.
What?
I said repair.
That's what they want.
Usually I find when
Honestly,
past
so I had learned, I taught myself, I was bad at it, but I kind of taught myself soldering and like, I gave up on it.
That's because doing professional IT with phone system installations. I suck. I can't even get 911 to work right. At the store, if they call 911, they get. I can never figure it out. And the worst is when it would cut off the phone calls right after exactly 15 minutes. Steve never told me about that shit for 3 years. When I finally figured, like, why'd you tell me? He said, if a phone call goes over 15 minutes, I kind of want it to end. And I'd like to be able to blame my boss's shitty phone system rather than the fact that I don't want to talk to you anymore. I was some packet shit. I forget what it was. Something with like SIP, ALG. I don't know what it was.
So I had to come back to Tennessee to take care of my parents.
I'm shit at general IT.
My dad died
I'm useless.
3 years ago.
What do you do? Oh, cool. What do you do? What is that? You run a what?
I run a mill.
Apartment. A partner?
Yeah, pulp mill.
Oh, pulp. Oh, okay, pulp.
Take trees,
Like Dunder Mifflin.
yeah, we turn them into pulp.
Microscopes.
We stop short of it.
Okay, I got you.
It's pretty fun.
Cereal doesn't smell as bad.
Is that a growth industry or a dying industry?
They're going nowhere. Like they're solidly like making fuck tons of money. Because I didn't notice those things right here, but they sell pulp mainly internationally because they embed it in concrete as reinforcing to like sheet concrete rather than rebar. Because they don't need that much strength. So they sell that. We got a Georgia Pacific plant right next to us. They always do a water paper. But then there's so much like logging going on in Oregon that it's so easy to get material. It's a good industry. I was a fan of their videos going to college when I just got out there.
Oh, cool.
And I started doing controls engineering on Windows and like everything. I was like, holy crap, these guys suck. They sell a 1990s software suite for like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's barely been updated. It either looks like old Windows 95, like beige click boxes, and you're like, fuck, what is this?
My mom works for a healthcare company, and they're still running essentially a terminal black and green screen. Yeah, because they can maintain it.
I would prefer that.
And they back up the tape every day.
My favorite part about this job,
This is a company that does
that's what the DSD does. Yeah. They have to bring COBOL. So at least in Oregon, they had to bring COBOL programmers out of retirement because they refused to have their system rewritten in C. For the life of me, I couldn't imagine why.
Tape is just dirt cheap, and the medical record keeps going forever.
But I work on controls engineering, and these guys, they have this massive system they paid for everything.
Yeah.
And like nobody on site knows how to fix it. Like they just call a hotline. And then the hotline just sends you like articles. Like, oh, we had this experiment.
It's amazing how many businesses are still running a flight DOS for like water jet controllers. Like, it makes Paul Daniel software look modern. So.
I think the one that gets me is like they go and they pay guys like me. It's like, oh, he's an engineer, right? And they're like, to repair your system. And then these guys just sit on telephone calls all day. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're getting paid here to fix this. Why are we paying these guys $5,000 a year minimum to like send us knowledge-based articles that say nothing? Like, to fix, we had these windows that were offset on Windows, so we had to go to the registry and set the X, Y positions of our 4 windows on this computer. And like an engineer needed like help to do that. It was bad.
I think at some point somebody sees that if you don't have knowledge on how to fix a system, how to maintain it, that is this is a cow to be milked for as much as humanly possible. And it takes someone walking in and realizing that the company they work for is the cow, or doing the milking before they stop.
We are definitely the cow.
We also have businesses that
if you're able to do that, that's a lot of value that you're going to add to it. It's not, like they're just paying that because with the amount, if they're making an insane amount of money, they probably see it as this is pennies in the dollar. Who cares? But those pennies in the dollar that are pennies to them probably mean a lot to you if it can be what's added to your salary. So even if they cut you out only 30% of the savings and you save them an insane amount of money, that's a good way to make.
The way I see it, man, is like I set up my job for 8 hours a day, right? Like, what the hell am I going to do? Like, I'm sure it's fuck not going to call health services unless I absolutely have to. Like, my entire job is to understand what I'm doing.
A lot of it isn't even wanting to save money; it's just a sense of general dignity. I'm here to fix shit. I should be the one solving it. I don't want to call somebody else, have them tell me how to do my job. I'm going to figure this shit out myself.
If I call someone in the Philippines, why not just hire the guy in the Philippines? Because like, that's what they're doing. They're hiring these engineers, and I guess it's pretty bad throughout the industry. I just learned about this. I came out of college, but yeah, that's what they do. You get an engineering job, they show up, and then you call help services. And like, why don't you hire someone with a 4-year degree to do that? That like wastes that defeats the point. Just get someone cheaper.
So when you say that, are you ever afraid that they're just going to say, wait a second, why do we have you here?
I'll just go find another job. My policies are, my belief has always been like, as long as I improve my skills and add work, the money will follow. I ditched out of a $100,000 deal to go to college just because I was like, I'll find money somewhere as long as I'm adding value, I'm doing something
It
worthwhile.
requires a lot of faith and confidence to have that mindset that I'm going to add value now. I don't know how this is going to come back to me, when or where. I'm going to do as much as I can to add value now, and we'll see. I'll figure out how it gets monetized later. The most difficult field to monetize that in is art. I think one of the easiest ones is in technology. But it still requires a lot of confidence and faith in yourself. Like, I remember when I first started doing the board repair videos in 2014, I had people coming up to me and saying, why are you giving all this shit away for free? Like, you're going to be destroyed. Because your videos are not professional enough that you're going to corner the market. Nobody's going to say, I want to go to this guy with fucking cat food in his back, in the behind him or anything like that, because he doesn't have any space in the office. But then you're going to teach everybody else how to do what you do, who's going to have a more professional office. You're going to have no business. And then, like 7 years later, now that the business is tripled or quadrupled in size, then they all say, oh yeah, he just started doing those videos because he thought he'd get rich. Like, any idiot could have done that. It's like, then why didn't you do it 7 years ago? Like, if you add value, eventually, in some way, shape, or form, it'll come back to you if you're focused on it. And I like that you're focused on it.
I mean, it's just also, you're saying the digging thing. It's like, what are you going to do for 8 hours a day? Like, am I going to sit on YouTube while they pay me money?
I hear that at Lockheed.
I can't do that.
Eli, the computer guy, was saying at Lockheed Martin, they have Unix engineers that are getting paid $100,000 to $200,000 a year. They just sit there all day long, like $200K a year, just sit there doing nothing, just in case something breaks. Because if something breaks, it can't be like, okay, we'll wait for the guy. You know, it's 3 in the morning at Lockheed, the defense contractor, everything has to work. So they just sit there all day doing nothing.
I mean, I can see that, but you just pay that guy part-time and give him something else. Maybe it's because I'm young, because I'm just not willing to, like, waste my time.
Yeah, if something breaks, they need to know how to fix it immediately, and the hell will come down on them if it isn't.
Because those lines, I mean, a shitty low production factory line is still millions of dollars an hour.
Oh, no, I know that.
So, like, Lockheed Martin, government contracts, selling $100 million products, they have to do shit right.
It would be nice to have a Unix line though, because it's weird because everything's run off Windows. And I'm sorry, but in my professional opinion, Windows sucks.
Like,
on reliability, we literally, I had a buddy who came over and he did the Windows update my computer, and he's a GIS, so he was working and he updated, didn't think about it, but he was working from my house on vacation and he blue-bricked his fucking computer and I could not fix it. It's not that I can do with the Windows system. It's not like Linux where I can go in, pick scrub, figure out what fucked up, and then like replace it. So we just had to reinstall his OS, and that was from a normal operation. Like why? I don't understand why companies buy this thing, or how anybody's convinced this is a good investment for my money.
The person that sold them wasn't you. And the people who believe and have this knowledge are not the people that feel like speaking to an executive to tell them what they should be buying.
One day I'll be in trouble because I'll be in an executive's office like, you're an idiot. This is a horrible idea.
So I grabbed Uber and I managed logistics for a liquidation company. That's all it is on eBay.
Liquidation company?
Yeah.
So they get recycled stuff and then they can turn it into money?
I cannot talk about our sources.
You sell bricks?
Yes.
Like Gucci Man?
Bricks. What?
Bricks like Gucci Man?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. He sells bricks.
Yeah, no,
He can't talk about what he liquidates.
It sounds like I do something illegal, but
it sounds incredibly illegal, but I wish you the best of luck.
We sell bricks with people to the bottom of the ocean.
Our inventory source would most likely get our inventory source sued, not because it's illegal, but because it's a really big move. So it's competitive inventory liquidation. So it's brand new stuff in the box being liquidated out. But yeah, so it's all brand new shit. Like warranties and everything intact up until we get it because we're not an official supplier to the other company. So, but they're huge companies that are literally, if you work in IT, you probably own products from either side. Yeah, it's interesting.
So if you work in Oregon, what are you doing in Nashville?
I just happened to be here for a trip. I saw your meetup, so I was like, man, I'll go. My fiance is in love with Mr. Cleaning, so I wanted to talk. And she doesn't care at all about right for repair, so I was watching your videos, and then she's like, that cat. Yeah, I let her know.
Which cat does your fiance love?
Mr. Cleaning.
I heard about it. That's why I turned my back.
Well, I have a cat just like it.
She hates good quality content video with a passion because it gets so many views and everything she does of Oreo nobody cares about.
Well, we like Oreo. She'll watch any of your cat videos.
Mr. Clinton has 3 million views. Oreo has what? Like 20,000?
No, he has 60,000.
Nobody cares about Oreo.
But Oreo's the one that needs to go on a diet, right?
Yeah.
I feel that. That's my asshole cat. I went to the vet and I got to like, he's a big fat. I'm like, I'm trying really hard.
I found out one of my roommates in college was making meals for my dog. Like, I found out, I got home from class, and my dog was sitting on the ground with a plate of biscuits, gravy, and sausage, eating after I had already fed her for the day. And she's sitting there eating 1,000 calories, and I wondered why she had gained 6 pounds.
Luckily, I don't have that plant, but I do keep trying to explain to my cat that he's an obligate carnivore, and he will not listen to me. He's like, bread, whatever, like cheese, sushi, grabs an entire thing of sushi and runs off with it.
My ex-girlfriend, she got a plant and she really wanted it to be, she loved this plant. Yeah. So she thinks if I put it on top of the refrigerator, the cat won't fuck with it. And she got rid of the table, and I'm like, listen, Mr. Clinton can jump in. No, this is a very tall refrigerator. I know he can't jump. I'm like, no. So anyway, so I look to my right once, and I see Mr. Clinton, and his cheeks are puffed, and the plant is missing the top of it. So he has to, now he knows if he runs away that I'm going to know that he ate the fucking plant, and I'm going to know he's guilty. So he starts looking at me like, I have to make it look like I was just up here hanging out in the refrigerator for no reason. So he's like, he sees me looking at me, he's like, he looks to his left, he looks to his right, he looks to his left, he says, up, down, like, oh yeah, I'm just up here in the fridge in front of him. And then I get up and I go, Clinton, and he jumps so fast that he knocked the pot that the plant was in off of the refrigerator, and it smashes to the ground.
Perfect example, my cat, exactly where he's not supposed to be.
Yes, on the fridge.
He's like, oh,
is he eating the plant?
I'm supposed to, no, there's food in it. So that's where our snack drawer is. The little bastard tries to get in.
Yeah. He knows how to break into the greenies and everything. My cat's a prick.
Oh yeah, your embezzlement and greenie fun.
We have child-proof locks on everything. He could get into my bathroom. He could get into my closet.
Dude, I had to use those magnetic ones that you can't, because like my friends have a smart cat and they tried to use the like wire ones. The fucker figured out how to get them off and open the food drawer.
I went through 3 kills with my dog, and because she figured out the first one I got, she could flip on its side, and then the last one that I got that I currently use, she managed to flip upside down, so her kennel is zip tied to the wall with cargo anchors, because otherwise she will flip it and call the latch on to come down.
I just wish my other cat, like I have another cat, Itchy, and he's chill. He doesn't do anything, he just hangs out. I'm like, you're a good cat. And then the other one watches me and is like, meh! I'm like, what, I didn't feed you in 2 minutes? Like, alright man, verbally abuse me. So we call him our verbal abuse animal.
So have you made any progress here in Tennessee with right to repair legislation?
I tried in 2018 and I made no progress at all.
Did you meet with like state level reps?
I stayed in my hotel throwing up for most of the day. Jesse Jones and Chris Long. Jesse Jones, I'm visiting Chris Long after this, but Jesse Jones and Chris spoke to everybody, and they told me about what they got nowhere.
Okay.
So I know you switched to sorry, the words are escaping me. You switched to organizing this. Do you have like an organization that people can like volunteer time with at this point?
I don't have a way of. I've used there's two the Z3 I've been using to fund small activist organizations and fund small advocacy groups that educate people on right to repair. That eventually leads to shit like shareholder resolutions of Microsoft, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The C4 is funding lobbyists. I honestly am not mature enough as an organization to be able to like say, if you want to volunteer time, here's what you do.
Okay.
Like, and I feel admittedly unprepared for not having that. I should have if you want to volunteer time, here's all the crap that you should do. I haven't gotten to the point of doing that yet.
Man, it takes time with anything.
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to spin around, like wave your hat and then magically right to repair just takes over the country, right?
Yeah. Like somebody in New York said, like, I want to volunteer time. What can I? Like, what do I do? And I said, figure out who in the assembly did not get right to repair pass. And they go, but how do I do that? And I go, I don't know, but like, I wish you the best of luck. Like, I wasn't being an asshole. I was being serious. Like, you know, it's a detective. It's detective work. Like, a lobbyist is going to spend 80 hours on this.
No,
you know, you visit, you pry, you poke, you figure out when you meet with certain legislators which ones don't want to speak with you and why. You see the looks they give you, and then you start to figure it out. But like, that's.
Do you have a lobbyist here in Tennessee yet? Or no?
No, I have Missouri, Washington, Maryland, Georgia, Illinois. I should be able to do this off the top of my head easily. I'm missing Missouri. Did I say Missouri?
Yeah, you said Missouri.
My first one.
Missouri, Washington. Wait, Missouri. This would be an excellent campaign ad. Do you want this guy lobbying for anything?
Missouri, Illinois. It's somewhere. I believe it.
My brain is stuffed with like LP133 WX1 TLA1 is fluorescent, LP13 WX2 TLC1 is LED. So it's Missouri, Washington, Maryland, Georgia. Fuck. I know I had one there that I didn't last time. Missouri, Washington, Illinois, Georgia, Maryland. Damn it.
So the reason I asked is because my younger brother used to work for a state rep here, and he's a family friend of ours, and he currently works for the Secretary of State. So that was why. I talked to a friend who's followed you for years. I've only followed you for like the last year and a half, about like what the best way would be to contact you to make sure I'm not going into a fucking meeting when you already have a lobbyist here.
I don't have a lobbyist here, but I'm open to you. If you want to speak to anybody, even if whether we did or didn't, you're always welcome to say something.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you had somebody that would be able to help or anything like that. Or I could help. Or
not in Tennessee.
I just heard you talk about lobbying.
Yeah.
I would love to.
I'm trying to remember the states that I've hired one in, and I can't. That is fucking sad.
You're already becoming part of the
means you're
office.
successful in it.
You're spewing money and you don't know where it's going.
It's 6 states. I'm trying to remember. I always have to look at. Okay, I'll try one more time. Missouri, Illinois, Maryland, Minnesota, Georgia.
You didn't say Minnesota.
Georgia. I forget the 6th one now.
Missouri.
No, I said Missouri. This is the.
Well, you didn't say Minnesota.
Oh, Washington.
Washington.
Washington, Minnesota, Missouri, Illinois, Maryland, Georgia. Bam! Finally.
You just need to bring like a diabolical U.S. map, slam it down on the table, and there's X's where you have lobbyists.
Shep in Minnesota, Craig in Washington, Neil in Maryland. I forget the other one's names. Fuck, my brain. I really have to like, eject all of the memorizing every screen model number in existence. That shit needs to leave my head to make way for my, because that's not my job anymore. I don't fix boards. I focus on this stuff. And also, the difficult thing is that there is no correlation between the price of a lobbyist and their knowledge or their care on an issue. Like in Washington, there's a dude that's $3K a month. He understands everything. He knows every politician, which are for, which are against. Where the fault points lie. And then there's one that wanted $20K a month. He didn't know shit. When he said, "Oh yeah, that one's definitely against it," I know Marco Rios is definitely not going to be for this. Like, really? Because I have 15 minutes of him grilling a lobbyist as a pro right to repair advocate, and he says on his Twitter that he approves of this. So like, well, what are you talking about? And he was like, because there's this pendulum where once you get to a point where you have a lot, like if you have no work, you're the cheap guy because you want to get work from everybody else. And then you start to get good, and as you get good, your price goes up. Maybe like you go from 3K a month to 6K a month. Then once you're good and you're affordable, everybody wants you. You don't have enough time in the day, so you start to raise your price. Then maybe you get to like 20K. And then once you're at 20K a month, it's damn. I could make my living for the year off of 2 or 3 clients a month. I don't really need to be good at my job. I need to start shedding clients now so that I have time. And then you start to suck. So it's and then you kind of go back on the downswing to sucking and then becoming the cheap guy again. And it's like, I want to find the person who's at this part of the pendulum, not at this end. Because at this end, you're paying top dollar for somebody who's an idiot. They have a nice office and they may even have good reviews. They may have 5-star reviews and an amazing reputation, but now they don't care about it anymore because they know they can get paid anyway, so they suck. So it's difficult to figure out who's good until I've had like a 1-hour phone call with each of them to figure out who. And also, I can't be on the ground in every one of these states to see which ones are actually doing something. So I'm working with a U.S. PERG because they have boots in the ground in every state and they have a good budget in every state. They just don't have a budget for this specific issue. Like they have peanuts for this specific issue to make sure that who I hire is actually doing their job.
I think it's weird. I've lobbied up in Oregon for I was up there for veterans shit and all as a like leader. And yeah, it's confusing because like you go into like 3 hours. Or my favorite is the lobbying days, where there's everybody running around like chickens with their head cut off, begging for free money. You're just trying to have a 15-minute conversation about someone, about something reasonable. Like we just wanted a bill not to get sunsetted. That's all we wanted. And like, you know, people would say yeah, and then they turn around and go vote against it. And like, fuck.
Welcome to our system. I want to see what happens if there's an actual effort. So I want the C3 to fund educational groups that build coalitions that once you know what right to repair is, now you add it to your platform and you support it. And then the C4 to do lobbying in all of these different states. I want to see what happens when there's a concerted effort. If I lose with a concerted effort, I'll be sad. I'll probably be sadder than I am now because the thing is, with all the work I've done before, I always got the ability to say, I'm just an asshole with a YouTube channel. Like, if I lose, whatever, I was supposed to. Now if I lose, it's going to hurt a little bit more because I actually put in effort and money.
No, that's the dangerous one.
But we'll see. I think I'm finally at the point where I'm like pushing the boulder down the hill rather than up the hill. Like, I got so much shit in that video because the guy from The Daily Show talked about it and people don't like it. I don't give a fuck. It made it to The Daily Show.
That's good.
Like 7 years ago, the idea of a mainstream media outlet dedicating 15 minutes to this was just insane.
Were people just upset because they don't like the Daily Show?
They were upset because they don't like him.
Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. You can not like Trevor Noah, but he's still.
It would be like if the people who watch my show that also watch Sam Cedar, if like Ben Shapiro covered it, they would just be mad and salty because somebody they don't like covered it. It was the vice versa. It's like I'm right wing, so I just liked it. Trevor Noah covered it. Wah wah wah.
Biden walks out tomorrow. It's like Bruce Russell, right to repair, great.
I don't give a shit who talks about it. Like get it right. Spell my name with 2 N's and I'm happy. Hell, even spell my name with 1 N. Get the cause right and I'm happy.
Yeah, man, we just want to be able to fix our shit.
Or hell, get the cause right and leave your name out of it. Even better.
I find it a unique time that there's a movement around like, hey man, I just want to fix my shit. Like, can you just leave me alone?
That is one of the very few issues in America where it's like it doesn't matter where someone is in the political spectrum. I get that.
The only reason to vote against it is corporate interests.
Or if you're an anarcho-capitalist libertarian and you believe in absolutely zero regulation whatsoever.
Yeah.
But what I usually say to them is, can you do me a favor and like be against the DMCA before you're against this?
So, libertarian here. Yes. I'm on your side.
Fight DMCA first.
But I get the problem with libertarians is that nobody's libertarian enough for the Libertarian Party.
What bothers me is when there'll be someone that I forget the name of him. It was one guy who wrote an op-ed for the Wall Street Journal, and he was against the medical bill. And you read his Twitter, and it's very, very old school and anarcho-capitalist rhetoric. But then he's defending the DMCA, and it's like, what the fuck is this? I mean, like, I don't mind if you have this ideology. It's just you don't get to defend. I know why you're defending the DMCA. There's good money in it for you for doing that. But cut this shit.
Yeah, I find it interesting nowadays, especially with all the information you get online. You can find people who are like, this guy's sticking. It's like the reason I do it is because you stick to your principles, right? So if I watch one of your videos, I'm like, okay, whether he's wrong or he's right or whatever, like consistency. You watch someone else's video, like this guy's lying 3 ways to Tuesday, and he's just trying to milk his paycheck out of people. So fuck do I care about you, buddy? Like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
That's the way I view it.
I don't think so.
I don't think that. But if people stand up for what they actually believe, instead of just
actually stick to it.
And then stick to it. Like,
that's yeah.
If you, well, honestly, God, about this conversation, if you think that the best way for the world to go forward is just to pick randomly, like the hyper-capitalist 1920s, like Republican dream, that's fine. But be consistent about it, right? Don't wish-wash on it. And then just tell me that the moment you get $20 in your pocket, no, I'm for this now.
I mean, just
then you got nothing.
Just look at the conversation on it on both sides when talks of raging the debt ceiling in 2018 and 2019 happened versus now. It's either party goes back and forth on
There's
everything.
no party in America right now that wins that is against debt and spending. The 2017-18 thing was an atrocity. There was so much garbage in there.
You remember the Obama years where they're like, roll out the cops? You're like, oh my god, they rolled out the cops. That was a funny night. It's all Peter, I guess. I don't necessarily want to drive this too political because that's my problem. I tend to do that in conversations.
I do that too often in my video. I always wind up pissing off somebody who thinks I'm on their team until the moment I'm not.
I think the issue with that is too many people like, I like videos when you're a human being, right? So there's no way we agree on everything. Like, even if we were like 90% of the way, there's gonna be something. It's like, hey, I feed my cat blue buffalo. Like, blue buffalo shit. Like, I don't feed my cats that trash.
She feeds my cat Halo.
Halo?
But she also wants me to have an $8 million home.
No, Mr. Clinton has more
Mr. Clinton has more views than your whole channel. One video. She's so salty about that fucking quality content video that broke 3 million recently.
So what do you guys do when Mr. Clinton's the one who buys your house? This isn't our house. Who's taking care of the cats?
My martial arts instructor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He lives nearby. So.
I actually had someone who knew nothing about you or your channel send me a video. You know, like, look at this cute cat. I'm like, oh, yeah,
It is cute. See? People love Mr. Clinton, Erica. Look at this grimace on your face.
What?
Look at this grimace.
I'm still trying to look. I'm trying to get people to be on Team Oreo, okay?
There's no never gonna happen.
This is my little fur ball. She's a kid.
So cute. Oh my goodness.
She's
I love
so
the
small.
coloring.
She's so small. She just sits there every morning on the counter like, when are you gonna pet me?
I love how the whiskers are white and then her face is like almost all black.
Yeah.
Where did you get her from?
So I actually, when I worked at another company, we were leaving the store. It was like 7 o'clock at night. We were leaving the store, and we hear a meow. I thought my coworker was just messing with me, like making a meow sound. We look down, and there's this baby little kid. And I'm like, oh, it's so adorable.
What's her name?
Her name is Luna, like the moon, like lunar eclipse. That's what I kind of named her after because her a little white and then all black, like a little moon. So I was like, oh, you're so adorable. So.
What am I listening to?
Oh no.
I was saying, if we were showing pet pictures, this is basically turning into Rabbit Oreo.
What?
Odie, I rescued her from a friend of mine.
That's a big rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the picture makes her look bigger than she is, but yeah.
No, you don't have to lie. I know the picture's probably accurate.
So do you guys plan to stay in New York or are you gonna settle somewhere else?
That I don't know. That I really don't know. Whatever the future holds, right?
What were you saying? Sorry.
Are you going to stay in New York City or are you going to settle somewhere else?
Somewhere else. Me personally before my business, most likely. Me personally before my business. But yes.
Where are you leaning to?
A little towards New Hampshire, honestly.
Yeah. Free State, right? Free State project.
It's right next to some really relaxing space in Vermont, and it's about a 3-hour drive to the current store. So I'd be able to like somewhat manage a move if I did move or open a new area. Like I have the ability to pop in on my current place if I wanted to. I have the ability to vacation somewhere, and I have the ability to live in a house that is not $2 million and falling apart.
My aunt lived in a nice house, so she built it for around $150,000. She recently sold it for like almost $300,000, but the house is actually valued at $400,000. But she sold it really cheaply because she wanted to get the heck out of here because she wanted to go to Florida to be with the Border Patrol for some reason.
Be with what?
So be with the Border Patrol. My aunt
How is it? What is there? There's no. Is there a border in Florida? I thought that's called an ocean.
Yeah, I thought so too.
What border?
I don't know.
I was gonna say, I thought the Coast Guard had that covered.
See, I thought that too, but I guess that there's a lot of legal immigrants in Florida, which I didn't really know that. So I guess she wanted to join the Border Patrol, and they're like, well, our closest opening is Florida. And she's like, why not?
That kind of tracks the reasons to move to Florida, though.
Yeah, no.
That's the mindset you have to be in to move there.
Yeah, it's like, dude, do you really want to just walk outside one day and there and be a jackass alligator? I don't think so.
Oh God, or if you're like in a restaurant, suddenly you hear screaming because someone threw an alligator into the freaking drive-through window. That actually happened. That was nuts.
I prefer this kind of environment so much more than the environment that we saw here with
Yeah.
in
I'll visit Florida. I won't ever stay there.
Nashville and South.
Oh. Yeah, houses aren't too bad here.
Mr. Chip, when you said about the ICU bed, so I got COVID, I beat COVID, and I got a vaccine. So if that doesn't allow me to go about my life again as a normal individual, I don't believe anything would. So I hear what you're saying, but I'm going back to my life now. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, my East Nashville, like I used to ride my bike. My Sunday
Yeah, I don't know why my chat is filled with COVID stuff.
Like the only time I went to Florida was when I went to Disney World with my family because my cousin was having a
I only read this now. Sorry.
expensive ass wedding.
I said, how is New York City?
You have any more, slightly more specific?
Like, do you actually like living there besides, being audited and shit like that?
No. I mean, there's a lot of benefits. The benefit is that you're around 8.5 million people, so there's boundless opportunity to be had. If you're starting from nothing, that's the place I'd want to start from nothing in. Guaranteed. Like, even today. But I'm not starting from nothing anymore. So it's not worth it to me to deal with the bullshit that you deal with in that city anymore. I'm just past that point. Maybe I'm just becoming a grandpa or getting old. And
yeah, that's kind of you guys can sit over here.
But if you want to go to a bunch of bars in a different restaurant every single day and night, I guess it used to be the place for that. But a lot of them closed.
There's COVID.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah.
And I never did that. So like, for me to say that, for me to say I don't like it because when I'm not using what it's there for, it seems kind of disingenuous. Like if you want to go to a different bar and restaurant every single night and I don't know, hit on random men and women or whatever, like that's a place to do that. I don't do that. I don't socialize that way. So it's wasted on me.
No, it's so much better.
Like the proximity to all these different bars and restaurants, and you could go to a different one every night. Like it's just,
I mean, you get 10 blocks
I'm
away.
not the type of guy to go to a bar.
I'd rather just go to the grocery store, once every couple of weeks.
Me too. And look, if you want to start a business from nothing, it's an interesting place to do it. Like if your idea fails, you can know that it wasn't, if you were willing to put the work in, it's not you. That means the idea that you had sucked. Because if you can't make an idea work when you're surrounded by 8.5 million people, many of them insanely wealthy, all from different backgrounds, so somebody has to need whatever service or product you're offering. That product or service must suck. If you're in like Custer, South Dakota or something and you open a business and you fail, it may not be you. It may just be that there's nobody there that needs that. But if you fail, or that they need it but they don't have the money. If you fail in New York City at it, then it's you. Either you didn't put the work in or the idea sucked.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about New York City. But I don't, I'm past that point. Like I know that my idea works.
Is about being different.
Yeah. Look at you now. I mean, yeah. I'd say so. I think you actually inspired the guy I was telling you about, Jacob. You actually inspired him to open a shop. So that's what he's actually doing. He went to that iPad rehab course And he actually met you there. He actually started doing soldering repairs at his store because of that.
There also wasn't a lot of money here.
But yeah, he was all the way in Lafayette, which yeah, it's kind of far. But that's what kind of sucks. Is like he's not in the prime real estate, but that's the only way he can get started, just because he's outskirts of Nashville. So then he's waiting until he gets more popular.
I know somebody.
If you had to continue his business.
I know somebody who's an absolute genius at this, who's more talented than I am by far. And if he didn't work at another company doing mail-in stuff, he would top out at $12 an hour where he is. Because that's like the local market. That's all that's all the business that there is for him there. And if he came to New York City, he would be on the tier of one of my top paid employees. But again, he doesn't want to move here because he got a house at $100,000, and fuck that. He doesn't want. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. But his local market, it doesn't support his skill set. And that's the one good thing about New York. If you're really amazing at something, then you'll rise. It's just, do you want to put up with everything else on the way there?
That building and the Gulch Crossing building, which is on Demumbrian, were two.
So it's like the prime location where you want to be in the United States if you had to choose. Like if business was to continue the same way it was in New York right now.
Yeah. But I was born in Nashville.
Would you want to be like towards more the middle? Or where would you want to be?
Kind of right in the middle.
That's a good question.
But like those were two of the first really
if I had a choice of anywhere,
investments in Nashville that kind of started to turn it around.
Maybe you're not.
And it's the same thing with Nashville where nobody wants to build commodity. Everything.
Would my personal income be a factor here, or is this like assuming that I'm rich?
So all of it is built.
Personal income, I would say, is unaffordable factor. Like, basically, if you were to just move from New York, all your income would stay the same. You'd still be making the same amount. Where would you move to? Or maybe even more.
Mountainside of Vermont.
Exceeded what I needed.
There you go.
That area is freaking beautiful. Like the water, the streams, the mountains, like that. It's absolutely gorgeous. I would have one customer walk in every 6 months. But like, and that's also assuming I could actually get people to go there too.
Yeah. But being Chattanooga around here, surrounded by mountains, no one's there.
And you wouldn't believe how many kids destroy their MacBooks at that Vanderbilt University down the road.
Yeah.
I can't count how many MacBooks we would have at the break. I think Nashville store. And when Cameron quit, they were screwed.
So what did they do with them after that?
So they just told him to go somewhere else. So after Susan sold, after her employees left, they actually started sending them to what they started, one of the businesses they started. So now a corporate-owned store is sending out MacBook repairs to a non-Graphics-owned store because they were like, well, shit, now we got to take care of these people.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Have you heard what happened at
But they don't want to train people to do board repair. They want basic, easy repairs that quick turnaround times and easy money. They don't want to have anyone skilled. They want you to be completely disposable.
All the stuff that's really quick and easy money is usually little money. Give me the hard things. I want to make $200 to $500 a job. Give me difficult. Give me heads crashed into the hard drive. Give me drive savers quota you 10K and we'll do it for 900, but Steve does it in 20 minutes kind of thing. Like, I find the things that are easy have no profit on them, and the things that have no profit on them mean
yeah, pretty much. I'm just saying, Graphics isn't paying for skilled anyways, like $11, $12 an hour.
I saw in my area, like they wanted for a manager like $17 an hour or something. It's like in New York City, it was like 17 or 18 for a shift manager. It's like, dude, I pay my entry level employees there. Like if you're entry level here, if you're somebody where you can't solder, I can't put you on the phone with a difficult customer because you don't know how to handle it, $18.
That sounds like a manager job at like McDonald's. that's how much you're paying for.
No, but that's the thing. I'll look up the reviews and I'll wonder, how the fuck do they have any good reviews with that pay? And then I'll go, oh wait, they don't. Because the You Break My Fix that's near me was 3 stars. It was like 3 stars. Like, how are you getting anywhere with 3 stars? Who the fuck wants to go to you for 3 stars?
Susan was very review driven. It was all about customer service. So it depends on where you're at. If it's a franchise, they really care about it because that's their bread and butter. So the way you franchise sees it is one negative review is about $2,000. So they will try to avoid that at all costs, no matter what. So they'll do a repair for free if nothing.
They bribe them. I see that. Like I'll see in the comments, like they're willing to take some deep fellatio to get that review out.
Yeah, they're willing to take a giant loss.
But that's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the mistake I think I made with my business in hindsight. If instead of trying to hire people at higher pay, like 18 to 42 or $50 an hour, I hired people at like 12 to 17, but I just sucked the dick of every single person that had a bad experience and like, I'll just buy you a new computer, top of the line, I'd probably be way better off financially. If my employees were low skilled, idiots, but when they screwed something up, I said, here's a $3,000 new computer, I'm so sorry. And feel free to not change your view, I understand that here's a $5,000 new computer. I'd actually be better off financially than I am now. But there's no fun in that. Like, I don't want to have to suck the dick of the customers because my employees suck. I went the other way, which is I pay more than any shop in the area by far for whatever your specific skill level is. Whatever your skill level is, you make more here than you will anywhere in the area, even in New York City. But like, it's less profitable. Like, I don't replace I replace one machine a year, if even. Rare. Like, I never have to do that because they don't fuck anything up. But it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's also a much more difficult model because it's easier to pull out your credit card and replace what your employees fuck up than it is to just not fuck it up in the first place.
Yeah, true. They would so they actually had a policy. If we broke it, we had to buy them a brand new device. It was actually I think it was the Brentwood store.
You or the store has to do it?
No, the store has to do it.
Okay, the store. It always should be the store, not the employee.
Okay, yeah.
You hire the idiot, you pay for the idiot.
You're responsible for the idiot.
Yeah.
So I think it was either the Brentwood store or something like that. They're not the Brentwood store.
I walk downtown
I'm trying to think.
2 nights a week.
I think it was the Murfreesboro store. I heard about this. They broke an iMac screen. They broke an iMac screen and destroyed the computer. They had to go out and buy them the latest model, and I think for the specifications they had, it was like $3,000. So, one of the store owners had to eat that. So, I mean, they're not a bad company, but they don't pay for what their employees are worth. Because they go for small profit instead of large profit, like you said.
I go for large profit. If I did the smaller profit, easy breezy jobs out in and out the door, everybody here would get $12 an hour, which is not even minimum wage anymore, right? It's like I can't do that. I try to go for difficult jobs that I know others won't do, figure out how to do them quickly and efficiently, but it requires smart people. But like I'd rather have higher standards with higher pay than lower standard with lower pay.
Yeah, we would hire idiots all the time, and then they were out the door the next week.
I have a lot of people will say in my streams, "Oh, you're a good boss." No, I'm not. If you work here, you'll hate it. I guarantee it. Like everybody who works here on some level probably hates my guts. But like I'd rather have a higher standard and somewhat higher pay, than a lower standard and like you have to fellatio every customer that you screw something up for.
Okay.
I like to shut myself off at this point. I got my 2 bonds in a new too. I got the same.
Oh yeah, so what do you think about Rich Rebuilds?
I can text them.
He's exactly the same person in real life that he is in person. I've met many people on YouTube that have larger channels or similar channels to mine. And of all the ones that I've ever met, he is the one that matches his online persona identically. He's not hiding anything. He's not faking shit for the camera in any way, shape, or form. He's not trying to milk any particular thing. He's a very existentialist dude that he's living his life and he's just putting up a camera. Like there's no scripted. Even the Olive Garden show, everything that he does is just he lives a weird life, and he's like, let me put up a camera while I'm living a weird life. It's not scripted, because I've met people that script everything highly. They have a very carefully crafted public persona that doesn't necessarily match their private persona. Not naming names there, but there's several of them. What you see is what you get. He's a good dude. I genuinely hope he becomes a multi-millionaire off of this. He deserves it. He's a good person, and the thing is, he's a good person when nobody's looking, and that's what matters. Because most people are only a good person. He does things that are nice for people when the camera's not rolling. When there's no benefit, like nobody's gonna give a shit. Like he was tired. It was like 1 a.m. at one point when I left, and there was this like 8-year-old kid in the parking lot. He sees his car. He's like, "Wow, that's amazing, that's amazing." And he's like, "Oh, you want to pretend you're driving it?"
It's like you could tell he wants to go home, and the mom's like, oh yeah, he really wants to see this. He stops. There are people that would say, go fuck yourself. I don't want to do this. He went out of his way to make sure that this 8-year-old kid had an amazing experience that he'll remember for the rest of his life. Like he's a really good dude, and when nobody's looking, and that's what matters. That's why I respect him a lot.
Yeah, I love his channel all the time.
He's also fucking hysterical too.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? I've been watching him since he was got his first flooded Tesla, and him and his wife were still together. I remember watching him go along with that. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna end so badly. No, it worked out great. Dolores runs great, so I'm actually kind of glad that he's turned into what he has. I think I started watching him at like 200,000 subscribers, and I'm actually kind of glad. You know, I think he's what, almost pushing almost 2 mil now these days.
Oh yeah. Just because I know a lot of people will ask, did Steve get to keep the stick?
he dropped it because he was holding it, and then the police looked at him for a quick second, like, wait a second, we're supposed to arrest the guy with a stick, and then Steve's like,
not me.
No, he saw that coming. Yeah, Steve saw that shit coming, and he dropped the stick.
So how long has the guy been busting out windows?
Who the fuck knows? We see this shit all the time, like right outside the store. There'll just be somebody there was a guy ripping up, you know, there's the sidewalk, there's like these tiles, whatever. Yeah. And there's this, I don't know what it's called, this thingy that's like rubbery that goes in between them. This is the guy just ripping that all out. He's trying to rip the metal out of the ground that's around this tree and then throwing it at stuff. And Steve's like, you know what, let me move my car. And we're just standing there wondering, how long is this going to go on for until he's either arrested or he hits himself or hurts himself? And we're like, we should probably do something. And it's like, he hasn't hurt anybody yet. He hasn't broken any private property.
Probably quite a while.
But yeah, there's a lot of lunatics, and there's going to be a lot more of them.
So how fast do police and fire actually respond in New York?
Very quickly. It's just there's non-stop traffic everywhere, so it's very hard for them to get around. The reason every time I've had something happen like that stick guy shit, the guy disappears into the subway or disappears into the ether and they never find him.
Yeah.
It's like they don't actually.
You have to follow immediately. There was this one guy that grabbed Erica's ass one night, and like while she was going the dumpster diving, and like he just grabs really hard, won't let go. She came back to the store. I immediately got on my bike and I was going up and down every block because I was gonna fucking kill him. Like, the moment I saw him, I was gonna beat him within an inch of his life. But he disappeared immediately because it's Midtown Manhattan. Yeah, you have a vague description of someone. No, you walk down into the subway, you get on a train, you're invisible. Like you're done. They're never gonna find you. There's no way that you're gonna find him. So that's why we followed him because we knew that the moment he goes 3 blocks away, the police are not going to know who this guy is. We have a vague description of him. A black jacket, blue jeans, carrying a stick. Like, come on. Like, that could be literally anybody. And the moment that he gets to a subway, he's gone. Like, which cop knows to look for? Where?
Yep. Here they take forever because they don't have enough staff.
Yeah. Well, and then getting around traffic and all
the protests last week, the Ford protests. So I had a friend that was there, and she was telling me about it. There was a girl that like collapsed or something over on the north side of town, north of Bicentennial Park, and there were police there, like escorting the protest. And it took almost 20 minutes for an ambulance to get there. So like the cops were there on the ground with an AED doing CPR for 15 minutes, waiting on an ambulance to get there.
Jesus Christ.
It was fast enough. The police were able to leave and come back with an AED from one of their dispatch, like one of their buildings, before the ambulance got there by 15 minutes.
No, the ambulance is instant here. Like, it's literally instant. It doesn't matter if you're in a good neighborhood or a bad neighborhood. That'll be there in minutes.
Here, they're all over the place. But it could be faster to be slow.
Is that outside of the Nashville city area, or like
it's not as bad outside of Nashville, but usually the police would still get there before the ambulance is here. So I'm always going home at like 2 or 3 a.m. And a couple weeks ago, I was driving down Medical Center Parkway in Murfreesboro, like literally in front of the hospital. And I was in a lift because I dropped my car off at Firestone to have service done on it because they take forever. And we pulled down the road and there's just a car stopped in the right lane. So she goes to pull around and then there's a dude laid out in the middle of the street unconscious. Which like, this is just like, I call the police like twice a month because I'm down here 5 days a week, 60 hours a week, dealing with downtown. So it's constant. But no, in downtown Nashville. But this one happened to be in Murfreesboro. And So we drive like a quarter mile down the street to a fire station that has ambulances. Nobody's there. Like nobody's visible because it's 2 a.m. So they're not down in the firehouse doing something. They're sleeping. And my Uber driver sees Metro Police on Waze around the corner. Emergency police. So we drive around the corner to the police office and they say, hey, we'll have somebody there shortly. There's a guy unconscious in the road with just a regular person standing there blocking traffic and him getting run over. And the police are like, we'll be there in a second. We get almost all the way to my apartment and finally an ambulance passes coming the other way. And the hospital was like a quarter mile from where this man was laid out.
That's insane.
It's just, it's not great here. I was just curious how it was in New York.
I had a similar experience in Cookville.
New York City.
Yeah, I went to school there.
In New York City, even with all the traffic, the ambulance is instant. It's always instant. That's something that I got spoiled by for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what part of New York City I'm in and what time of day. I'd never be waiting 15 minutes for an ambulance ever.
So is your business in Queens or?
It's in Manhattan. I live in Brooklyn.
Yeah. So are you guys moved?
I am. I think I would wind up moving personally before the business winds up. I think I'd wind up moving personally before the business did.
Yeah, I don't care for football.
You said you were thinking about New England?
I was looking at New Hampshire, New England area.
Isn't that where Rich?
Huh?
Isn't that where Rich lives? If I'm not mistaken.
Rich lives in Salem. I think Salem. I don't know if it's Salem.
I don't remember. I remember he said it one time, and I just don't remember.
Yeah, well, I just want to tell you, I've been watching your videos for 2 years, and you know what? I love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you're very much appreciated.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate your appreciation. I guess that's known as you're welcome, but I don't know what to say there.
You got me back into soldering after 6 years of not doing it. So
cool.
So you know what? So I'm a programmer, and you know what? I can swap out an SSD or something like that, but you're like 10 levels above what I can do. So but I appreciate what you do, and I appreciate your activism. And I encourage you to keep it up. Don't stop. I will support you.
Thank you. We'll do.
Sports fans.
That guy.
Are they that excited over the game because they bet money on it, or is it just a fanboy?
I don't know.
I mean, it's a fan thing.
So this isn't like I bet money. I bet $10,000.
That's just how excited people get.
Sports fans are nuts.
There's a hockey game on, and the dude sitting next to me was crying, like silently crying. What happened, man? I thought he was going like.
That sounds like sports gambling.
It's like I just lost $2,000.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh shit. That's the difference. It's like if they're silent, they're crying, they're betting, they're loud, they're just.
Interesting.
If you want to see an entire bar full of those people, go to Neighbors in West Nashville during Titans playoffs in Sylvan Park. It is the most amazing thing in the world. Everybody blows up. Everybody is in Titans jerseys. It's just absolutely insane.
So Louis, where are you heading from here?
From here, I want to see Chris Long. I haven't seen him since the last time I went to Tennessee. He has a store in Kentucky, in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green?
Yeah.
That's not far. It's like 35.
From there, I may be going to Canada to see the unback therapy dude.
You go to the Corvette Museum and while you're in Bowling Green, see the big ass hole in the ground.
What's the hole in the ground for?
There was a sinkhole that swallowed like a couple $1 million worth of cars a couple years ago.
No way.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
People were just, it was just a normal day and just a sinkhole of them. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Tennessee and Kentucky. Tennessee has more caves than any other state in the country.
And the Corvettes fell into the
And
sinkhole.
the Corvettes just fell into the hole.
Nice.
Ready to go, Erica? I gotta use the rest. Well, it was good meeting you all. Thank you very much for coming out. I really appreciate it.
Nice to meet you. Hey, I meant to ask. Have you seen Sauron's Tower yet?
I haven't.
Batman building?
No.
Is what they call it. Just
Agent
big.
Street, yeah.
I've been calling it Sauron's Tower forever. I like that.
Jesus Christ. Sports people are fucking nuts. Thank you. It was a good meeting. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good meeting.
Once he makes the 12 figures that he makes in his lifetime,
That'll be next
She's
year.
not getting an $8 million home. Do you mind being on camera? This is the guy that suggested that Erica get a 9-figure home. In the stream earlier, when she was looking at houses, he linked her to an $8 million home. And no $8 million home, woman. No dreaming big. No law of attraction. Fuck that. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you, sir.
Oh yeah, Lewis.
Good meeting you. Thank you.
Got a quick question. Can I tell Topaz hi? Hi, Topaz.
He said hi, Copas. There you go. He's
You guys already got a
I just want to drive him nuts.
stage?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Good deal.
It was good meeting you. Thank you very much for everything.
Is it okay if I get a picture with you?
Absolutely.
My boss is a huge fan of you.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, you want me to hold the camera?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys. Oh, wait. How come it's so blurry? What happened?
You're a lovely girl.
Thank you.
You're a lovely girl. Like I said, I have a daughter named Erica.
I wish her and all your daughters the best with their studies.
Same to you. Best of all prosperity.
Thank you. Take care. Get home safely, by the way.
Thank you.
See you. Oh, look at that. Oh, whoops. It's a Cinevision stream, you guys. Hey, you guys. Okay, here you Huh?
Where's the bathroom?
I'll show you.
I gotta do a piss stream. I'm pioneering a new genre. I gotta find it now. I can't be any of these fucking people anymore that keep screaming with the fucking sports. It's annoying as hell. Fucking sports screaming lunatics. I just missed the most annoying sounding scream you could ever hear. My God, I gotta get out of here. Ready, Erica?
Yeah.
Let's go.
See you guys.
See you later.
Yeah.
Yes. Where do we go? I had to get out of the fucking... The people screaming at the TV with the sports shit are driving me nuts. Jesus Christ, that shit is annoying. They sound like they're having fun, though. I hope they're having fun, and I feel bad for leaving on their fun. I feel bad for poo-pooing their fun. I just have no patience for deafening screeching. Deafening screeching drives me nuts. Then again, I can't really talk. I piss into my live stream, literally.
Huh?
Like, I'm actually pissing on my live stream viewers, so I mean, it's not like I'm much to talk. Oh yeah, I live streamed that entire piss.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did people get a glimpse?
They
of
get
your
in the
tongue?
true. Actually, I had the phone in my pocket, so I don't think
Oh,
it.
thank goodness.
But if it popped out and the selfie camera was facing the wrong way, you know it. Nah,
People would have been all like, wow.
see ya.
See ya.
You know they would have gotten something there.
It's like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to elicit more donations? Here's a glimpse of my pee-pee bus.
Nah. I think Kevin would appreciate all of this.
I had a very interesting conversation on my side.
Tell me about it.
I'll tell you later. I had this one conversation. They were talking. This one guy was talking about. I'm just gonna say it. There was this one guy who was talking about. He met a person who used to be a KKK member.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And the KKK member said that he felt a lot of remorse because he had murdered several people.
What?
Yeah. And I was thinking to myself, I said, well, wait a second. What are they doing murdering people? Because I mean,
that's what they do.
No, I thought they just talked about their viewpoints and.
Are you fucking kidding,
No,
Erica?
I meant like after the civil rights movement.
Are you kidding? Yeah, sure.
But I mean, like, you had to stop that.
What is all this shit?
No, but I meant like before the civil rights movement. Yeah, I saw the.
Yeah, after the civil rights movement, they probably kept doing it. No, they kept doing it. They just stopped advertising it.
Oh.
Less of the. I don't fucking know. I'm not a KKK member. I just imagine if I was, that's probably what I do. I wouldn't talk about it.
If they're still doing that kind of stuff, wouldn't it be all over the news? And then I asked myself, I said, well, what is the point of that? The country is so diverse, even more so now. I mean, like, can you imagine if this ended up on CNN or something?
I don't know where to begin with that, Erica. I think I was sitting on the right side of the table for the conversation compared to you. I'll leave it at that. It's thank you for covering. Thank you for covering so I didn't get the crazy side of the table.
It was a good conversation.
That's a weird ass conversation.
I was thinking, like, damn, I didn't know that. I mean, like, I thought it kind of all stopped after, like, civil rights movement.
That's some fucking crazy shit, man. Those are cringe on wheels. Yeah, you're talking about the thing with all the people dancing on it and being... That Chevy Impala is going... You gotta figure someone there is just gonna say some dumb shit. Yeah, it is what it is. I had Erica to cover for me. Did I really go this far this way with the car?
You went through somewhere.
I think you're following me and I'm following you, but each of us thinks that we're following the other and we're going in a direction that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think I got this way.
This is something else. Well, I do believe that I have a vehicle that will tell me where I parked it if I go into a menu.
I think it was over there.
You think?
Yeah, I'll double check.
Okay, there's one way to say. One moment stream.
My calculation was right.
Aren't you happy?
Yeah, and then we go this way, because I remember this red brick building.
Yeah. That is a luxury looking apartment up there.
So I heard the prices of rents over here is increasing.
Yes.
They said that some buildings, they can't get people out, so you know what they do?
What?
They raise the rents.
That sounds like New York City. It sounds like this is literally becoming New York
So they
City.
said there was this one building that was bought out by Airbnb and they had to honor the lease, right? So what they did is that they raised the rent from 2,000 to 2,500. Some people left, and then they said, "Oh, we got to raise it more because we have a lot less tenants now to cover costs over here. With a lot less tenants to cover costs, so they raised the rents to 5,000."
Yeah, this sounds like this is like this will be New York City. It's just a matter of time. It really does make me wonder, like, the more I travel the country, and maybe this probably sounds ignorant as fuck, but I don't care. The more it seems like so much of the American model is unsustainable on its face. Large, overpopulated cities are unsustainable because they just wind up becoming shitholes like San Francisco and New York City. But the more suburban areas that are not financially or economically viable due to the sprawl are also not really sustainable. So it makes me wonder, what the fuck is sustainable? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too much of a pessimist is all. That was kind of fun though. That was fun. I'm glad I went there. I'm trying to learn how to be, like, I'm a natural introvert, but I'm trying to learn how to be more of an extrovert to the point where I can at least meet the people that enjoy the content that I produce, you know? Like, the more I do this right to repair shit and the more I want to get people excited about it, the more I'm going to have to admit I need to get over my natural disdain I need to get through my natural disdain for dealing with people. I need to work through it. I can't do what I want to do, accomplish what I want to accomplish, or be who I want to be, and simultaneously continue to be an introvert. So these exercises are very useful for me. It kind of teaches me how to... the way I see it is, I'm better for doing it than I am than if I didn't. You know, I'm definitely probably a weirdo, but I will be better with each one of these social interactions than I would be if I did not have it at all.
Someone said you must go to Waffle House. Waffle House sucks.
Waffle House is
If I say Waffle House sucks,
fuck,
you know it has to
no,
really suck.
Fuck Waffle House.
He's not going to like it at all.
Fuck
100%.
Waffle House. Okay, what do we got here? If you're an introvert, I don't even exist. You must do Waffle House now. The issue is more the cost of living is just so drastically different. You alienate people just because of their income levels. True. Chip McDonald's is here. I appreciate Chip staying by after my earlier COVID comment. I thought he would leave and be mad. Thank you. I had a good time meeting you, Lewis. Wish you the best of luck on your adventure. Thank you, Carl White. For Chip, yeah, like, I get what you're saying about COVID and ICUs and all of that. It's just, I got COVID last year. I kicked its ass. I got natural immunity. And then I got the Moderna vaccine, both doses this year. And, like, I'm at a point, again, like, COVID is not incubating inside of me. I broke its back. I fucked its ass. I made it humble, old country way, as Iron Sheik would say. I'm guilt-free for travel. I'm not going in a hospital wings and coughing on people or anything like that, but tell her they were full of shit. That's the picture deranged people want to paint of Tennessee, but that's not it at all. I don't think Tennessee is filled with the KKK. I don't. What I do believe is this, is that if I have 1.6 million subscribers and I do a public meetup, that there's likely going to be some crazy shit that some crazy person says, just based on the numbers alone. And that I don't see that as a Tennessee thing. I just see that as there's a lot of people in America, and when you have 1 million plus subscribers, some of them are going to be nuts.
No, I don't think that person was nuts at all. He
probably
very
wasn't
nice.
nuts.
No, he seemed
I didn't
very
even
nice.
know who you were talking to.
He was just sharing that story, and then it got me thinking, and I was thinking like, oh crap, I heard about them, but really, they still do that kind of stuff? Like,
Nope, says you don't randomly bring that up. Yeah. It's kind of weird. Weird thing to bring up, you know what I'm saying? Guy hitting on Erica, WTF. Was there a guy hitting on you?
what guy was hitting on me? Was the guy hitting on me?
I enjoyed the meetup. I'm an introvert too, an awkward and ponytail guy. Thanks for inviting us out. Help me be better with people too. Thank you, Freelance. I appreciate that. Yeah. Erica, don't listen to the person who told you the dumb story. Waffle House Brawl. Lewis, I had introverted tendencies too, but our meeting was great fun. I'm glad.
I appreciated that, knowing that. Now I'm gonna look it up when I get home.
Miss Erica,
What?
do you happen to know where my water went?
The water?
I used to have a little blue bottle of water, and I do believe that I've...
If a guy was talking to you, he was hitting on you. Lewis got hit on by a lot of guys today.
Hey.
What? Some of them had fiancés too.
Go out back to your place and pour out some bourbon. Will you be another meetup while you're in the area? I don't think so, and I apologize for the fact that my schedule wound up the way it is. I have one private meeting with Mr. Chris Long, most likely sometime tomorrow. That because I'm an inconsiderate prick, I didn't even plan with him before announcing. But that's the kind of guy I am. I just kind of show up and expect people to make time out of their schedules for me because I'm so special. No, I'm kidding. I owe Chris Long dinner for the fact that I completely blew off our lobbying trip 3.5 years ago. I was going to make time for that tomorrow before we continue on the rest of the journey that I have to embark on. So, that being said,
that journey.
I wish Erica could drive so I could have gotten drunk there.
Now turn left onto 20th Avenue South.
I would like, it would have been fun. I'm just saying. I kind of miss alcohol to some extent.
Oh, we're talking about the gentrification of Nashville.
I like how you said
gentrification.
Sounds like somebody here is drunk.
No, I stumble on my words.
I thought that was adorable, Erica.
What?
You're in gentra of lush.
No, like that most free borough.
Oh my god. Erica, stop.
Some person from Tennessee is listening to us.
Erica,
like, what
stop.
Are you trying to say?
Erica. Okay, West End Avenue, I make a right. Nice try with the arrows.
Now turn right onto West End Avenue.
I saw this. Look at this. Gentrification is when redheads are taking it. Redheads take over. You know, I gotta say, I don't understand why people like are so self-conscious about being redheads. I think it's so unique.
What's wrong with being a redhead?
No, there's nothing wrong. Like, some people, they don't like being a redhead or they hate it. But, you know, people dye their hair. People bleach their hair out to be a redhead. When I was in high school, for instance, I dyed my hair like a shade of, like, reddish. It didn't last very long.
I keep forgetting that right on red is a thing outside of New York City. I'm so used to right on red being illegal.
But people pay a lot of money to get their hair bleached for the color red and for it to stay there.
Oh, shit. Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. Erica is under the influence of alcohol? No, alcohol.
Free borough.
Erica just sounds drunk. Erica's not actually drunk. She just sounds drunk a lot of the time.
Oh, whatever.
Erica's kind of a troll.
If you got drunk, you say too much on video and get an apple the upper hand. No, we have not visited the beautiful atrium of the...
This kind of has a New York City-ish feel to it, does it not, this area, Erica?
Huh?
Does this area not have a little bit of a New York City-ish feel to it?
It does feel like New York, but you know the sad thing is that when you have a New York feel, that means apartments get more expensive, and then you get those soulless blue glass apartments.
Yeah, you know it's going to be like $3,000 to $4,000 for anything.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks like
all
it.
this blue glass on blue glass, I hate it.
Okay, it says left on George Davis something. Where is that? Man, I feel like a fish out of water. I don't even mean the cars on autopilot. I am personally on autopilot when I drive around New York. I am clueless here. And what are those people doing in the back of this mobile? Those are drunk people in that mobile, aren't they? It looks like is that a John Deere tractor? That is a John Deere tractor, and people are getting drunk in it. What? That's not fair, Erica. Why are people allowed to get drunk in a John Deere and I can't get drunk tonight? I gotta teach you how to drive, girl.
To George L. Davis Boulevard, then take the Interstate 40 West ramp on the left.
You know, I was hoping when I saw Tennessee, it would be a lot more country feeling. And I think the thing that irritates me about being here, it just feels so much like it lost a lot of its soul. It's just like glass and modern and...
Like, this shit looks like New York City. Like, this thing up here, what the fuck is this building?
It's
like,
not special.
This is New York City. That's a New York City ass building. You know, every apartment in that building is going to be like 300 square feet, and it's going to cost $3,000 a month to live there. And they got their Whole Foods in the bottom floor. Like that little Whole Foods over there, And that apartment, that shit is like that's a New York City fishbowl right there, you know?
You know, the one in Hawaii kind of looks similar to that Whole Foods.
The one in Waikiki?
No, we have one in HAKKO. There's a building right across that Whole Foods.
I can't believe you have a place that's called Kaka.
HAKKO. No.
Kaka.
No, but that apartment that's right across the Whole Foods, I've always wanted to live there. It costs about $800,000 for a small apartment.
You kind of missed
In the
my
building in Honolulu, Hawaii, $800,000 about.
Ayo, Bichette.
And I think it's only something like 500 or 800 square foot for that too.
Ayo, Bichette. Peace
But it's all about the location, right across Whole Foods.
Suka Ballet. Yeah, I pulled a me. I did what I always do.
Now turn right onto 12th Avenue South.
I did what I do best, Erica.
Yeah, every major city wants to be New York City, and that's not a good thing. Yeah, you don't drive.
There's nothing amazing about New York City that makes it worth that.
You don't drive 13 hours just to go into New York City number 2.
Yeah. It would be different if you got the New York City experience here, but being in that building was $1,500 a month. That would be different. But you know it's not. You want to look it up out of curiosity? Because I'm kind of curious and I can't look it up.
Apartments are anywhere from $1,700 to $2,500, but I don't think those apartments are that cheap. Not the ones we were looking. They look way too expensive to be that cheap. Unless they're super small.
Hey, yo.
I know, I thought it was New York City first, yeah.
Now turn right onto McGillick Street.
I always thought Nashville would be a quiet little city that would be a lot more red brick all over the place.
See, that's something I wasn't expecting. You see what happened there?
What?
Those two people saw my car was going to make a right turn, and what they should do in New York City is they walk anyway, and they're like, yeah, fucking walk into me, I'll kill you. Here, they're like, oh no, you can walk. I'm not used to that.
Oh,
it's just,
13th Avenue South.
They had a monthly parking. You see this lot right here?
I'm not able to see that lot.
Okay, there's a lot right next to luxury building. You know how much the open lot is to park there a month? $75. Cry. Oh, monthly parking here in this building right across Whole Foods is $75 a month. So cheap. Wrong way though. I thought people in Nashville all wore cowboy hats.
Now take the Interstate 40 west ramp on the left.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw this picture of how Nashville was back in 2010. Someone pulled it up on their phone, and it looked a lot more charming than it did now. Now it's just like New York City number 2.
It
and of
really
course,
does
the prices went up too, right? So when people bought the properties here, when big corporations bought the properties here, they drove up rental prices, and some people who live here, they can't afford living in Nashville, and they lived here all their life. It's very sad. It kind of reminds me of Honolulu, Hawaii, too. You know, it breaks my heart that you hear about the homeless in Hawaii, and a good chunk of them are native Hawaiians. So their blood is from that island, right? They're born, raised here, family lineage, all stems from Hawaii, and they can't afford their own homeland. So they end up homeless on the streets.
What the?
I'm a big supporter of Hawaiian homelands, or giving land to native Hawaiians.
Autopilot couldn't even make a turn. It got scared and wanted to stop in the middle of the highway.
Keep a right to take exit 208 onto Interstate.
I'll drive my own car, thank you very much, Elon.
24 West, Louisville.
I'll drive my own car, Elon, you prick.
Now keep right to take exit 208.
No, I never went to. Have I been to Maui? I can't remember. I've been to Big Island. Yeah. Like, I know, one thing about Hawaii, and I've shared it before, people in Hawaii are very warm. And some people who are Native Hawaiian that I know, they don't make a lot of money. They have 2 jobs, but you know what they are? They have such big hearts. Like, they will give you the shirt off their backs kind of thing. There's so much love within them. And when I hear about them struggling to pay rent, and their jobs are
They give you the shirt off their back because it's too hot there to wear a shirt.
you know what I'm talking
It's
about.
the humidity.
Like, they're just so loving.
86A on the left onto Interstate 24 West,
86A.
Interstate 65 North towards Clarksville, Louisville.
It's like they're such warm, thoughtful
You
individuals.
tell me where to drive, Elon.
Yeah, sometimes you hear about them having financial problems, and it's not because they're lazy. It's because of how expensive things are in Hawaii.
And she wants me to move there. A shitty apartment is $900,000 there with like a $1,000 a month maintenance fee. No,
What are you
thank you.
talking about?
I
It's not
see.
$900,000 for an apartment there.
A shitty apartment too.
Depends what you consider shitty. Like the apartment that I live in Hawaii, it's like $450,000, I think.
Hawaii is a ripoff.
The maintenance is about $800. It's about I think it's like 1,000 square feet. It's expensive.
Yes. Expensive is a one way to describe
My
Hawaii.
grandma, she lives in an apartment, and the apartment maintenance I think is like $1,111.
I don't understand how Hawaii is sustainable because you have places that are insanely expensive to live in, a bunch of low-paying jobs, which I'm confident over the next 20 years is going to lead to a lot of resentment, a lot of class warfare, hatred.
86A on the left.
The problem is that with Hawaii, a lot of people are moving out of Hawaii because they just say, hey, I want to live in a place that is bigger than a shoebox. I don't want to live, being cramped up and struggling to make ends meet just for 500 square feet, if you can afford it too. So, yeah. It's sad. It's so expensive. Like, I think they said the average medium home for Hawaii now is $1 million.
By the way,
Average median
is my DJI recording if you tap the screen? Just want to make sure I got my second dash cam, just in case Tesla dash cam fails.
Yeah.
Some fuckface hits me, I want to get him. Trinity Lane, that's the exit. That's where that guy said that he got stabbed. That lives, that's staying in the hotel under us.
Okay,
I mean, motel.
Yeah, not going there. 100%.
Why not?
Unless you want to go to the stabby place.
I want to visit the
Trinity
stabby
Lane,
place.
Trinity Lane plus let's going to
Henderson
Memphis.
or Dickerson or something.
Let's go to Memphis too.
Fuck that.
What? Why?
In 1 mile, keep right to take Interstate 65 North toward Louisville.
There's a giant maggot truck to my left. My God, this is a giant truck.
Yeah,
Whoa.
he bought a big mansion.
That is a big bitch. Look at that truck, Erica.
Yeah, I see. Oh wow, jeez.
That truck is a big bitch.
Yeah, everything is expensive in Hawaii.
Especially the women
Oh.
that demand you get them $8 million houses. What a troll that guy is. He was brave to say it.
What? No, in his defense, he said the last time he heard about Green Hills, it was like half the price. And I was like, yeah, half the price. So it's a compliment. He thought that $4 million would be within your budget.
It's not. It would be if I ran a successful business. Like, you know how much it depresses me that that lady started a U-Break iFix after I started my business. She sold her business before now, and she sold it for $3 million.
Yeah.
My business wouldn't even get me $300,000.
Wait, actually, I think about. Didn't you say something like there was some kind of venture capitalist, something that wanted to buy you out or something? Like
He never even talked pricing, but part of the deal was I can't do YouTube videos about board repair or anything else anymore, and I have to take the existing ones down and sign over the intellectual property for any of that to them so that I can't repost it in the future.
And how much did they offer you?
They didn't even give me a number. I never even got to it. I told them to gargle my balls. I don't even think I said it in a polite way. It was just immediate gargle my balls. I didn't even get to the price point. I don't know what he was offering. For all I know, he could have been offering $50 million. It's like, fuck you. This is also 5 years ago, too.
Why didn't you negotiate?
I didn't even, no. Not even, like, there's no negotiating there.
Because you know
Gargle
the
my
U-Break
dick.
iFix, they're gonna say, yeah, we don't share our information freely, and
Also, it was very weird timing because this happened right around the time that Apple had reached out to me to have me take my videos off of YouTube. that had border repair in it. This was around June or July of 2016. So the timing was really fucking fishy on that. I thought something was wrong there. Where are you meeting up? I'm done. You missed it. Sorry, you missed it. Rewind the stream by 2 hours. I'm going back home. By home I mean my shitty my hotel. Even if they offered me $10 million, I would have never taken it at that rate. Because I'd have to live the rest of my life. I could live it in the nicest mansion with an investment that pays me out $100K a year or whatever, but I have to know I was a bitch.
How are you a bitch?
You can't give us access to your YouTube videos, remove them all, and give us the rights to the intellectual property of them? Suck my dick. I'm a bitch.
No.
Yeah, that's being a bitch. I want to make education freely available to people. I want other people to be able to learn how to do all the stuff that I talk about on this channel. That's part of the value I want to provide to the world, and I would be saying no to it because I'm afraid. And that's what it would be. It would be fear. Because to accept $10 million for that would mean that I'm afraid that without this $10 million that I will not be able to live a sustainable lifestyle. So by accepting that, in order to not do what I enjoy doing, what I would be doing is what is this? This is a road, you dumbass. Anyway, what the fuck are you talking about? What is this? It's a road. That's a truck in front of me. I'm sure you've seen this before. But I would be accepting that there's no chance for me to have financial stability in life. This is my only chance to make it, so I have to take this even if it means selling out entirely. I'd never be able to live with myself again. Any update from Steve Wozniak? There are no updates. This is not a piece of software.
I think the thing that I see it as is this. That people who go ahead and let's say they come up with, let's say, a training program. Yes, they might share it freely. And then they might say, hey, you know what? This is where I'm at right now. Just want to tell you all the information that I have. It's going to be behind a paywall moving forward. There's a lot of people like that. Membership, subscription services, that kind of stuff.
Not me.
But I can't fault them for that.
It's not about faulting them. I'm not faulting them. I'm just saying what I want to do.
No,
this is my vision.
Why? Because the way I see it is that people who have, let's say, training programs, or there's this one woman, for instance, she sells a subscription about if you want to figure out how to make soap from her, and she constantly makes soap recipes, soaps, hand lotions, that kind of stuff. You have to pay $10 a month to have access to her library. Do I think that it's a crummy thing to do? No. But I think the reason why she does that is that her time is money.
The value that I'm going to provide to the world will come back to me. And I can't say how it's going to come back to me, or when, or how, or why, but I know it will. If I am able to make this stuff available to people who otherwise would have never had the money to pay for it. If people are passing me on the right, then they're fucking insane, because I'm going far enough above the speed limit that somebody should probably be stopping me right now. Seriously. If you're passing me on the right, you should be passing me on the left. That's his problem, not mine.
When you talk about things paying off, right, or things, it's like not all about the money. It's like doing good in the world, right? You're banking on the fact that
I'm going 75 and a 65, and people are like, I'm not going to go faster than this. Okay, fine. You know what? I'll clog up the right lane for them. How about that? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry I interrupted you, Erica. Go ahead. That was rude of me. Go ahead. No, say talk. I'm sorry. I did a dick thing. I shouldn't have interrupted you like that. I'd have been pissed at you if you interrupted me like that, and I interrupted you like that. And that's not right. I apologize. You were saying you don't think it's a bad thing if people are selling their courses.
No, right? I saw this one person. They used to put things online for free. And then they said something along the lines of, to help me continue what I'm doing, and because I like to work on this, but this stuff costs money and this stuff costs time, I'm going to do a $10 a month subscription. I never signed up for that person's subscription. But I remember reading a message board about it, and people said, yeah, I don't mind paying $10 a month because I understand that this person puts a lot of their time to make this stuff.
You're missing the point, though.
What am I missing?
That's not how it becomes a movement. Do you know how many people watch those board repair videos that would have never paid for them because they would have never derived value from them, but that know that that's possible, and that know that that exists, and then know that that's something that they could potentially choose to learn? It's about starting. It's about creating a revolution and a movement. And a movement doesn't happen behind a paywall. There are millions of people that may not even know that what I do exists if I put it behind a paywall. They may not even know that this is something that they should learn or add to their business, because if they're only looking for a subscription service to learn board repair, then like if they're just, there's a lot of people that are not even looking for that at all. There are people that may just get recommended this video from an algorithm of some sort, and then like, wow, that seems like a cool thing to do. Oh, look, and then they watch it for a year, and then they lose their job, and then they set up a little setup in their house, they start doing it, they start fucking around with it, and then they create a business out of it. But that may have never happened if that was hiding behind a paywall that whole time. Movements don't happen behind paywalls.
In 1 mile, take exit.
And that's what this is. And that's what this is. This is a movement. This is going to revolutionize the world. This is going to bring back property rights. This is going to bring back the American entrepreneurial spirit of ingenuity of, let me try to figure out what's wrong with my own shit. Let me go into the garage and grab a wrench and work on my own shit. Let me not be owned by fucking Elon Musk and Tim Cook and all these other fucks that want to tell me what it is I can do with my device.
When you first made your videos, were you telling people to support right to repair? When you first made your videos?
I wasn't saying right to repair. It was in spirit. The spirit of everything I'm discussing in the video embodies right to repair without it having a name. It didn't need a name at the time. It didn't need a name for people to know what it was. And that doesn't happen behind a paywall. And someday this is going to come back to me, and I can't say how it's going to come back to me. I can't say when, can't say why, I can't say how. But it's going to come back to me. All these other people that are selling their businesses for $3 million, there's people that are selling their businesses for $3 million that can't fix jack shit. There's that guy at the, what was it?
Turn right onto Long Hollow Pike.
Shut up, Elon. There was that dude that got funded by Y Combinator, the iCrack dude that sold his business to Allstate for millions. All these people that sold their businesses for all this money. At the end of the day,
now turn right onto Long Hollow Pike.
Shut up, Elon.
You want me to cancel?
Yeah, I can't listen to that bitch anymore.
Okay.
But let's see, what do we have over here? Is anybody hiding behind that giant mega truck? There's one person behind the mega truck. 2 cars behind the mega truck.
If you're gonna go behind a movement thing, then yes, you could say it that way.
It's gonna come back to me. You'll see.
But,
it's gonna take time for it to come back to me, but it will. Okay, where the hell do I? Shit, I miss Elon. Where's Elon? Come back, Elon. I forgot where I'm going. I miss you.
We're a minute away.
All right.
Now turn right onto Conference Drive.
Are you serious? Okay, the map makes that look like it's somewhere very else. Okay, I apologize. That's a New York turn right there. Oh God, that was a New York turn right there. That was disgraceful. That's how people drive in Brooklyn. Bringing some Brooklyn back here. That map really did. That is a really shittily drawn map, though.
Geez.
I'll take accountability for what I did, but whoever drew that map should get shot. All right. Where was I here?
Can you close the camera for a second?
Oh, they can't see anything, Eric. I'm just reading it. You can always turn right on red unless there's a sign that says otherwise. It's Felix. New York City, you're not allowed to. In the 5 boroughs, if you turn right on red, even when nobody's there, yeah, you can have your license taken away for that.
Do you have your key?
Yes. Do you have your key?
It's inside.
Hold. I can't believe this hotel still requires that you use an actual lock and key, an actual physical key. That's how you know you're staying in a piece of shit hotel.
What?
When they require that you use an actual key, like not a card. So where did I leave off there? I forget where we left off. Something, I think I was saying that movements, you can't start a movement behind a paywall.
You want a tripod?
Nah, I'm not a tripod kind of guy. Let's see. I don't want a tripod. Read my super chat, says Kayvon. You're super chatting while I'm driving, so there's a if you send a super chat while I'm driving, I'm definitely not going to read it because I don't want to die. I will listen to it if I have my text to voice thing. I'm actually scrolling up and it's not showing me your super chat. Let's see. Okay, so the way YouTube works, I actually can't find your super chat. I clicked super chat and it's literally not showing them. This is horrible. Okay, can you just copy and paste what you said? Make my life easy. Yeah, when I click chat and I click super chat, it only shows the super chats for the past few minutes. So it shows me that I received them, but it doesn't tell me what they are. That's dumb. Yo, the YouTube app is shit. YouTube app is actual shit. Don't send it again. Just copy and paste it into normal chat. If you copy and paste it into normal chat, I'll read it. But if you copy and paste, read my chat, then I can't because it's not there. But if you just paste what the chat was in normal, unpaid, normal chat, I will read it. Linus complained about it too, the YouTube rep, and they said they don't see the issue. That's because Google sucks at dealing with people. Google doesn't see the issue because Google does not. Yeah, like they don't. Yeah, the YouTube rep does not try to do this as a business. That's not his job. So of course he doesn't see it as an issue because he's not actually a content creator, and that's what makes this platform shit. But before you leave Nashville, check out Love Circle Park. You can see all of downtown from up there again. Enjoyed meeting you. Love Circle Park. Eric, have you heard of Love Circle Park? Google has intentionally abstracted themselves away from users. That is correct. Kayvon, paste it. What'd you say? What'd you say? Come on. Don't send. Just paste it. Tell me what you said. Now I want to know. You wanted me to read it, and you're not saying what it is. Ah. Come to Louisville if you go through the 65 back up to New York. I'll check it out. Thoughts on the Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp outage last week? Oh, I don't care. The website was down. Oh well, I don't use those sites for much anyway. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you very much to everybody who showed up to that meetup. It was fun. I appreciated it. It was fun having you all there with. See you all later. To my left is Erica. Erica, wave goodbye, Erica. That's Erica. You see her? There's no bed bugs. You shut up, Ayotku.
You think there's bed bugs?
He said don't let the bed bugs bite. GTFO.
No bed bugs. They're just flies.
Yeah, lots of flies.
Quality.